searching for the road to the way back. We don't know our fathers going way back. Do you know it? Do you know it? Oh yeah, oh yeah, 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 yeah. We the chosen people, you say no way. Your enemies been teaching you the wrong way. Do you know it? Do you know it? Oh yeah, 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 yeah. It's the simple things in life, like learning all again. It's the simple things in life, like finding where it all again. Do you know your history? Yeah. Do you know it? Do you know it? Oh yeah, 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 yeah. Do you know your history? Yeah. Do you know it? Do you know it? Oh yeah, 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 yeah. Do you know it? Tell me, do you know it? Do you know it? Tell me, do you know it? Do you know it? Tell me, do you know it? Do you know it? Tell me, do you know it? Do you know it? Tell me, do you know it? Do you know it? Tell me, do you know it? Do you know it? Tell me, do you know it? Do you know it? Tell me, do you know it? History. Now we going back. He done on my back for sure. When I let the truth go, we gon' let them know. My people on my back for sure. I hold them down.
Hey, we're back. Sorry for the delay. Technical difficulties. Shalom. You are now tuned into
Our Hidden History radio show.
All right, man. All right, we're back. It's been a minute. I want to jump right into it, man. I got a lot to cover today. And I do not want to. Let's just jump into it, man. So we left off with King Arthur. Many of you may be your first time hearing about this. King Arthur being a real person. Yes, he was a real person. We also went to the fact that he came from a tribe of people known as the Silurians that were black. And we read about how they were short. They were short people and so forth. Now, in some instances, maybe, but we left out the fact that there's other books that kind of like contest that, because oftentimes whenever we read about our people in terms of like the notable black folks or notable black figures in history, what white scholars tend to do is they tend to downplay or they tend to belittle like, for example, they say Thorfinn the Ugly, like he was black and ugly.
Yeah.
All that stuff.
Our physical characteristics.
They tend to downplay or dismiss or disrespect our physical characteristics. So we're going to just really quick jump into that real quick with this book here. All right. Jared's going to bring this out.
War of the
Jews first, which is a very, very rare book as well. You can get the PDF, but as far as buying it, it's highly unlikely to get it. It's very expensive. We got it way back. So once we got it, and he so we got it, he said, okay, no more of that. No more of that. This book and New World Jewry are books like you pretty much can't find it all, like tangible wise.
So we use this book
Tangibly.
a lot, man. Very good book.
Yeah. There's a lot of good stuff in there regarding Israelites, the Phoenicians being Israelites and so forth, and there's good stuff.
So I'm going to read the underlines. So it says, even the Roman soldier, perhaps the greatest, I'm going to start from the top. Courage, armor, and tactical formations. Compared to his enemies, the Hebrew soldier was a lightly armored fighter, and this was to hold true from the first battles with the Canaanites to the last struggles with Romans and Byzantines. But what he lacked in body armor, he made up by individual courage and ferocity. Even the Roman soldier, perhaps the greatest infantryman that has ever existed, was often bested by his Judean opponents in hand-to-hand combat.
Wow. So we was able to beat the Romans hand-to-hand, bro. They couldn't handle it. We had them hands. The Ali hands, the Tyson hands. Romans couldn't fight us one-on-one, man. That's why Esau said, you know what we gotta do? We gotta create guns. Because they ain't fighters. They're not fighters. You might find a few here and there, a few unicorns among them, Irish and Russian. You know, you got the McGregors, all that, but even them, they can't withstand it. He can't really hold weight to us, man. Not Mayweather. McGregor, he ain't beating Mayweather, bro. It's not happening. You know, it's how it is. Jake, we hand to hand, we a problem. Even in the streets, even in our lowest state, in the streets in the hood, I've seen dudes get laid out. Jake can go against Jake, of course, but Edom, I saw a video one time, but it's short Jake. There was this big, tall Edomite, and it was a real confrontation. Edomite was talking mess, and that Jake jumped up, caught him one good time in the jaw. That dude went, it felt like a tree. Timber! It was a rat. But go ahead, I'm sorry.
Night.
Yep.
It says, this is not to say that Greek or Roman soldiers lacked courage. In their heyday, they were both feared for their bravery and fighting skill, but they were disciplined, trained to fight in formation. The Macedonians and Greeks of the Hellenistic world fought in a phalanx.
Yeah, that's like the Spartans fought. Go ahead.
The Romans' formation was the turtle.
Yeah, the phalanx was like shields put together and they would move. They got that from us. They stole that from us.
Right,
the Greeks. The Greeks got that from us. The Spartans.
Yeah, go down.
The turtle was in the shell,
Right
so they all stand in a circle and put their shields above themselves like a turtle shell, and they walk. The turtle. Go ahead.
In close, hand-to-hand combat, the Jews counted on their superior physical strength.
Damn. They ain't them guys over there today in Israel. They ain't them. Ain't no superior physical strength to them dudes at all. Humping a wall, looking on baby genitals. Ain't no physical strength behind that.
Damn.
Okay. Barbie doll curls, crying anti-Semitism. They ain't talking about you. Go ahead. I'm sorry. Go ahead.
Enthusiasm and fanatic dedication to God and homeland, as opposed to the Roman legionnaire who had courage and discipline, but no real ideology to sustain them.
Mm-hmm.
Additionally, most Romans were rather short, though muscular, while the Judeans of classical times were tall and extremely powerful men. Many indeed were near giants.
The Jews, it says the Judeans, the Israelites were tall, powerful men, and were indeed near giant. We were tall. Because I've heard books say, the Jews are no longer no less than 6 feet. They were 5'8". No. Huh? No, you Israelis and you Italians convert. Most of you Ashkenazis over there in Israel are Romans, pretty much. They are Romans. Khazars, Caesars. That's y'all. Y'all short and weak and frail. Most of the Jews, the real ones, the black ones, is tall, powerful, and were near giants. That's them. So the Israelites is tall. So we went over there to Britain. That same stature went over there too. All right. So yeah, that's it. Yeah. So yeah, we were not no little tiny. We were a problem physically.
Yeah, and the reason we were lightly armored because armor limits your movement.
Right, you be fast.
Mobility. So
yeah,
we made up for it by our skill.
Yep.
With our sword in our hand. So.
Yep. So we were a problem.
Mostly wore like a helmet. And maybe like a
chainmail or
like a belt to protect our stomach, and maybe a shield. That's it, but not all that armor that the Romans had.
So we had armor. Remember, Saul had armor, but it couldn't. David was too small; he couldn't fit it. So we had it, but it probably wasn't big, heavy, all over your body. It was like the Spartans. It was light. Yeah. Probably on the chest, the legs, but not all around all the legs, just like the up to the knee.
And remember in Maccabees said we wore warlike apparel.
Mm-hmm. So an example of that would be like the movie Troy with Achilles, like that. Except he had probably armor on the chest. That movie, that's an amazing. If you ain't watched Troy, man, something wrong with you. Troy is great. Aside from it was great. I can't even knock it, but it was just good. It was just a good movie, man. Troy was just good. It reminded me of David. It reminded me of David and Goliath. It's very the beginning of it. It reminded me. There were Israelites in there. The woman that he slept with, she was a Hebrew. She had ribbon of blue and fringes on. So it's based upon us loosely as well. That stuff is based upon us loosely. Mythology and stuff. But read on.
Goer and Mini Gower. The name Gower has a modern dress. Its ancient and more picturesque name being Gwar.
Picturesque.
Picturesque name being Gwar. It was sometimes called Mini Gwar, or the hand of upright stone or stoneman.
Mm-hmm.
Go over
Yeah, jump down to the highlighted parts. You read that, yep. Oh, we read this last week. We read it again. That's fine.
West Gower. The people of East Glamorganshire, when speaking of Gore and his people.
So the point is the word Gwyer. 'Cause we came across that word, I believe, in the Cambrian biography of people's names. Gwyer, Gwar, Gwarian, like the Silurian names. So that name is in the Cambrian biography we read before about Chief Arthur's father's name, like Murg, Murig ab Tudrig ab Murig, and Arthurus or Arthros or Andros ab Tudrig. Right. The name Gwar or Gwir is in there among their names. Gwirvin. Read on. It's going to show you where the word Gwar, Gwir comes from. Go ahead.
So Gwar and his people say Obar Wire, pronounce Obru Wire, which means that people of yonder land. And he believes that there is a close affinity between the word Obrar Wire and the word Hebrew.
Yeah, Obru. Go ahead.
Both words referring to the original inhabitants.
Both words referring to the original inhabitants of that area, that region. Go ahead.
Who had immigrated to Gore from a distant land.
Palestine. Go ahead.
If the people of East Glamorgan pronounce Obri or Ebri, then one could understand them to refer to the original immigrants.
Hebrews. Go ahead. Like Iberian Peninsula, Ibernicum, Iberium. That's us. Go ahead.
Who were Hebrews or Hebrew.
Right. Go ahead.
Before taking possession of their lot in Gwentland and Goar. Before leaving the subject,
Goar is Hebrew, basically. Goar is Hebrew, or Gwar is Hebrew. Go ahead.
Before leaving this subject, we may emphasize once more the fact that sometimes Goar was described as Mini Gwire. The most probable meaning of the two words is the stones of the heroes.
Wow, the stones of the Mini Gwar, the stones of the heroes. Go ahead.
The early Silurians are the early Goar.
So the early Silurians are the early Hebrews. Israelites. That's what it's saying. Go ahead.
In all probability, raised memorial stones to the memory of their illustrious dead, their warriors, their priests, and judges, which they deified.
So now, of course, one of our biggest habits is idolatry. So we deified our forefathers. Like, for example, Caratacus, they deified his father and named him Bran. And that name Bran goes back to Game of Thrones, where he became the three-eyed raven. His name was Bran. So the author or the writer of that movie based a lot of the history off of this we're reading here. All of that stuff revolves around us. All of it. All the names and the flags, the wolf, Benjamin, the lion, the Lannisters, the Starks was the wolf, the Lannisters, freaking ancestral God. Most, I guess that's Judah, God. Judah's ensign. I won't say Judah. Judah's ensign. And then you had Stark as the Benjamin ensign. So all of that goes back to us. All right? Deified. Regarding stones. Let's go on. Where we at?
The triads. Sometimes
we added this already. We read this already. We read this already. We read through this. Go to what page we stopped at? We stopped at, we read all of this. King Arthur's stone.
I think we stopped.
Yeah, I skimmed through it, but we were rushing. Go down. Let me see. Yeah, built the stone. Jacob. Remember Jacob also put some stones. Go over. Go to page 59 that I have in parentheses. Let me see what I have there. I guarantee you read this already. Hit that mark right there. Read that.
My brave warriors, in the name of the Silurian nation, I address you. I speak to you as a father, as the father of a family, and as one who can appeal to you, brave soldiers, having hearths and families and homes to defend. Fellow soldiers, we have for long years fought side by side against a foreign foe. This foe comes from beyond the sea, from Italy. You know the enemy well. He has felt the shock of your onslaught.
Damn! He felt the shock of, you remember earlier about the giants. The physical prowess of the Israelites. He said they felt the onslaught. Read it again.
You know the enemy well. He has felt the shock of your onslaughts as he has quailed before your war chariots, which have so often seated his legions. Seated his legions, mowing down his foot soldiers as the skiff the corn,
the scythe the corn. So he was mowing down Romans like cutting down corn stalks. Go ahead.
Why have these Romans invaded our shores?
Why they invaded our homes?
Why have they trampled down our corn and burnt our homesteads? Why have they ravished our women?
White man was raped. This is the same. Listen to me carefully, y'all. This is the same history as the Native American Indians. It's the exact same thing. White man came over here, took the corn, the land, fighting the inhabitants, raping the women. It's nothing new. Nothing new at all. Same old. Read on.
Why have they stolen our silver and decimated our armies? Why covet they the land of our forefathers?
There you go. Why covet they the land of our forefathers? This is Northern Kingdom primarily over here in Britain. But the white man stole Britain. He stole America the same way. America is an extension of Rome. So Rome took America too. Rome took Britain. Rome took everything. Go ahead. Why covet they what? Read Micah 2:1.
Yeah, that's right.
Micah 2:1. Let's just get that first. Micah 2:1. Bishop went over this yesterday. These guys just come and take what they want. Micah 2:1.
The book of Micah, chapter 2 and verse 1. Woe to them that devise iniquity and work evil upon their beds.
They sit around and they sleep and meditate on ways to be evil and conniving and thieving. That's why the white man's title, long time ago, they were called Vandals. Vandals. The Romans are called Vandals. A branch of Romans are called Vandals. That's where the term vandalize comes from. When someone vandalizes your property, they're stealing from you. White folks are known as Vandals. That goes back to the beginning where the Lord said, a fugitive and a vagabond, a vandalizer, a thief, a liar, a robber. The robbers of thy people. They fit the bill. This is not racism. This is a fact. They stole crown jewels. The woman, the Queen of England, quote unquote, Queen of England, on her crown, she had stolen jewelry from India, stolen jewelry from Africa. So it's just stolen gold, stolen. Vandalizers. Read again.
Woe to them that devise iniquity and work evil upon their bed.
And sit around and meditate on evil in their bed. They sleep, wake up and go, I'm gonna steal something. Go ahead.
When the morning is light, they practice it.
When the morning is light, they practice it. As soon as the day comes, pops up, they practice it. Go ahead.
Because it is in the power of their hand.
It is in the power of their hand. It is in the power of their hand. Go ahead.
And they covet fields.
They covet what?
And they covet fields.
Lands. They covet land, resources. They covet the resources on the fields, in the fields, under the fields. Go ahead.
And take them by violence.
And they take the land by violence. The Romans did the exact same thing. The Vandals did the exact same thing. The Visigoths did the exact same thing with Spain and Portugal, Sicily, France, Israel, Africa, Australia, America. This is their history. This is not racism. Their own scholars are showing this to you. I didn't write this book. Read on.
And they covet fields and take them by violence.
They covet fields and take them by violence. Go ahead.
And houses.
And houses. Go ahead.
And take them away.
And take the houses away. Go ahead.
So they oppress a man and his house.
The houses are the people. They take away the houses. They oppress a man and his house and make them slaves in their own land. Go ahead.
Even a man and his heritage.
And they oppress a man and his heritage. And they whitewash him. You see these images right here. Destroy the Indian, but keep the man.
Damn.
Destroy the Silurian, but keep the man. That's the same thing. Destroy the Negro, keep the man.
What?
Put him in boarding schools. Teach him how to build and cultivate.
To this day.
Nothing new. What they call it? Carlisle Institute. Hampton University. Boarding schools where they found hundreds of babies buried under the school.
What?
And in the backyard of Native American people. Then the children return home alive, they ain't the same anymore. They're European and turn against their parents. They have blacks and Native Americans in the same boarding schools. Native Americans had us as slaves. Really? But they had both of us in slavery together? and in boarding schools together, and a lot of you niggas hate Native Americans and Native American yourself. You do understand that, right? You do know that the white man, the Native Americans that passed for Negro, they reclassified them as Negroes and put them in slavery. You know that, right? You know that. Native Americans are heathen in the comment boards. They're heathens in my last video. What video I did? My past class yesterday in the comments. Oh, Native Americans are heathens. Yeah?
Oh, come on, man.
Really? Okay. Yo, y'all have fun with that thought process. Let's read on.
Why covet they the land of our forefathers, our valleys and glens, and the everlasting mountains? Soldiers, brave Silurians, arise in your might and destroy
Brave
the
what?
foe.
Brave what?
Soldiers, brave Silurians,
Brave Silurians. Go ahead.
arise in your might and destroy the foe. Arise in your anger and avenge your country's cause. Arise, arise, my brothers in arms, and let this bloody encounter show once more that you are invincible and that your cause is sacred and just. Men of Guire and Ned, arise. Men of Avon and Taft, arise. Men of Gwentland and Corwin, arise and defend your hearths and homes. Defend your liberties, defend your country, and defend the sacred altars of your gods. And before the last rays of the sun shall give his accustomed greeting to your ancient hills, the Roman foe shall...
Go. I'm sorry. Go back up again. He said men of Guir and Ned. Guir goes back to Hebrew again. Men of Guir. These are all Silurians. Men of Guir goes back to Guer or Hebrew. It's the same name. Go ahead.
Men of Guir and Ned, arise. Men of Avon and Taft, arise. Men of Gwentland and Carowin, arise. And defend your hearths and homes. Defend your liberties, defend your country, and defend the sacred altars of your gods. And before the last rays of the sun shall give his accustomed greeting to your ancient hills, the Roman foe shall be prostrate
on the ground. Being laid face down on the floor. Go ahead. Doing what?
Weltering in his blood.
That's right. My man Caratacus. That's Caratacus talking, man. That's Caratacus talking right there. Go ahead.
Astorius Scapula also addressed the Italian legions around.
I don't care about his words. Okay, Italian regions, tell him. I don't care about his words. His words are garbage to me. So that was Caratacus' speech to his army when they fought against the Romans. Now, what page is that? 59. Go to page 57. Let me see it. Yeah, Caratacus the Dauntless. Caratacus the Dauntless. Let me see what we got here. 43, just 10 years after the crucifixion. You read that.
It was in the year 43, just 10 years after the crucifixion, that Caratacus,
After Christ died. Go ahead.
first encountered the Roman army. For the first time, the Roman cohort felt they were in the presence of a general, a great general.
Damn. Go ahead.
Who understood the tactics practiced in warfare, and more than misgivings began to hunt their minds. In their attempts to cover the British encampments, which generally crowned the hilltops, they were repulsed, and every renewed and desperate attack proved fruitless.
So Caratacus was like the Hannibal. He was Hannibal all over again. The same people. It's the same people. Same tribe. It's the same people doing the exact same thing. Go ahead.
The Roman general was pained to see so often the havoc and carnage which the war chariots made, and how the regiments were mown down by the fiercer onslaught of the Silurian warriors.
Oh, man. Go ahead.
It was difficult to determine, after a few years had elapsed, whether the Romans had made any headway or whether they were justified in continuing the war.
Yeah, wonder, why we doing this? They're getting their behind beat so bad. Like, why we doing this? Why we here again? They're getting mown down, man, like a lawnmower. Go ahead.
After a careful survey of the high position he held, and duly considering the natural ferment existing amongst the Cambro-British nations, he determined to show a bold front by taking the field.
Let's go down. So I'm going to be too much. I got a lot more to read. So Suetonius marched his army across the countries. The Romans here, how they mobilized against us. We eventually lost. Just to get to the point. But to show how fierce and powerful Caratacus was is ridiculous. Now, get me 2 Timothy 4:21. So he eventually gets conquered because his own people, a woman who was over a tribe, I believe, over a group of Silurians. She was a queen over them, right? A queen or a chiefess, whatever.
Yeah, I don't know what tribe she was of, but
she was of his people, but she basically turned on him, and she got him captured by the Romans.
Because she was messing around with one of them.
Oh, okay, there you go. Okay, so the black woman strikes again, messing around, swirling and turning on her people. All right, so basically you have ancient Eve. All right, ancient, Eve the rapper, and back then, and whatever. I'm be nice. So give me 2 Timothy 4:21. Hopefully she repents. It is what it is, man.
2 Timothy chapter 4 and verse 21. Do thy diligence to come before winter. Ebullus greeteth thee, and Prudence, and Linus.
So Prudence, Linus, go ahead.
And Claudia.
Linus became a bishop eventually when all the disciples are killed off. Well, as they're being killed off, Linus became a major bishop over one of the churches in history down the line. So Prudence, Linus, and who else?
And Claudia.
So rumor has it, and I'll leave it open-ended because, they say it's scarce information regarding it, but rumor has it historically that these particular three, they're all family, and that they descend from the line of Caratacus, that they come from that line. So real quick, go to what I sent y'all about. It should be the Caratacus family. I believe I sent you it's probably way up there, up top. Just scroll all the way up. If not, I'll send it to you again. Let me know. If you need me to send it to you again, I'll send it to you again. Yeah, sure. I got to talk then. I get it.
Hey, go to 1 second. Give me.
Oh man.
Hey, go back to in and around Swansea. I think we missed a page. Let me see. 55. Go to 55. Go down or go up. I'm sorry. Go up. Go. Just wanted to show that the Silurians, they were like the Spartans, in their warlike characteristics. Go over. Where the page where it said they had the strength like a lion. You know what I'm talking about?
Go back up.
It's got to be on here.
Ability like a lion. Go back up.
Yeah.
Go back up.
You see it?
Agility of a lion.
Come on.
On the right hand side.
You see that? Oh, right there, yeah. The muscular development.
Right.
Read from there.
Yeah, read from there.
This muscular development gave the Silurian the strength
Go to the bottom. Go to the bottom. Just to give you a little bit more of the Silurians. Go ahead. In the king's storehouses.
Okay. In the king's storehouses and factories where the instruments of war were made, there were thousands of war chariots ready for an emergency.
Right. So we had our own. We made our own war chariots and so forth. Go ahead. And weapons. Right. Go ahead.
Besides,
we had factories. You said in the king's storehouses and factories. So we had like a warehouse assembly line of how we made the war chariots. Go ahead.
Besides a vast number of shields and scythes.
Scythes. Yep.
Bows.
They're weapons. Shields, scythes. Go ahead.
Bows and arrows, slings and javelins and blades.
Right. All these things was made in that factory. Go ahead. That we had.
Every citizen, on attaining his majority, attaining his majority, became a soldier and was duly enrolled as ready for the king's service.
Right. Just like, remember, the Spartans had the same setup pretty much. Right, so by the time you became at a certain age, you were enrolled in the army.
Yeah, they called it the agape, right?
The agoge.
The agoge. Yeah,
went through that program.
agape's love. Agoge, yes.
Right. It's gonna say. Go ahead. Read on.
Like the Spartan race.
There you go. Like the who?
Like the Spartan race. The Silurian had from the cradle been trained to endure hardships.
Remember, we read about Hannibal, how when he went through the program of pretty much like a Goji, he endured hardship. He learned moderate eating and so forth. His father put him in that program. Go ahead.
And had been taught all kinds of athletic exercises.
Go ahead.
Their skill in swimming.
We knew how to swim. Go
wrestling. And running. Throwing the spear at a given mark whilst the chariot was driven along the desperate speed.
Everybody was in the green.
Damn. The time you was 5. Get a 6-pack.
Read on.
Using the shield so
Dexterously.
Dexterously.
I mean, use both hands. Throw the spear with both hands.
As to cover the body and ward off a shower of arrows.
Whoa, read that again.
Damn.
Using the shield so dexterously.
Uh-huh.
As to cover the body and ward off a shower of arrows.
That was a contest. It's gonna say
were contests which made the soldier a formidable, if not an invincible, antagonist.
That's in Troy. Remember in Troy, he was fighting. They shot the arrows in his back. He threw the shield behind his back, and the arrows, and he put the shield. Yo, bro.
Yo, we gotta
I gotta watch. Put that joint, man. Put that joint. We watch these movies,
We gotta
and we.
talk over it if we play it. We got.
Oh, okay, yeah. We watch these movies, and we see Edom, but it ain't Edom doing it. It's Jake. That's why I said that story of Troy is very, you know what I'm talking about, Yakin. It's very legendary, but it's based upon mythical, but there's some truth behind it.
Right.
So when he gets off the boat, that's when they get off the boat.
As soon as they came off
As soon as they come off the
shore,
boat,
came off the shore.
they come off the shore to invade the temple of the Trojans. He cut the guy's head off. God, okay, damn. Cut the head right off. He ain't waste your time. All right, they get off the boat. Not that's Boagrius. No, not that one. Well, that's good too, but that's a spear. I don't want that one.
Yeah. As soon as they came off. Hey, go to Troy. Go to Troy fighting scenes. Fight scenes.
Yeah, 'cause there's a scene. Yeah, Achilles, and they get off. That's it right here. They get off the boat. This is it right here. They
Yep.
get off the boat. You can do is just keep the volume down.
You gotta talk over it.
Yeah.
Just keep it muted.
Keep it muted. Just let it play with no sound. And then when we get to the part I want, I'll show you. It's just press play. All right, cool. So that's why I mentioned Troy before, because Troy, I guess, I don't know who the choreographer was of the fighting scenes, but that dude taught Brad Pitt some stuff. And I'm like, yo, I know we were doing stuff like this and beyond. All we could do is imagine what we were doing. Because like I said before, the Alis, the Tysons, the Mayweathers, the Michael J. Whites, that dude's like 60 years old. I watched a video of him recently talking. That dude said he got 6 grandkids and three great grands, and he's 60 something. He feels like he's 30 years old now. But he's 30 plus years older than that, and he's moving his feet all fast and doing wushu. I'm like, this guy's a problem. Now he won't do no Diddy stuff. That's why he get them B movies. So he ain't doing none of that bend over stuff like some of these have to be doing. So they won't give him the shine, but I give him the shine. That brother's cool. In my book, he's cool. He's the last man, as far as I'm concerned. He's the last man standing in terms of actors. Because Denzel let us down with that whole freaking Gladiator 2 stuff. He was,
Kissing a man.
As far as we know,
he didn't, but he did. But whatever, man. I don't even want to. I'm just trying to deny. Talking about what do they call it? Cognitive dissonance. Denzel didn't kiss no man, but he did. He did. In my mind, he didn't, but he did. You know what I mean?
Think he like the Eleazar, where they said, "Look, just act like you."
Yeah, that's what he is.
And he got a reward from the president, right? after
Yep,
that.
that's what he did.
They didn't even put it in the movie. They had him kiss a man. They didn't put it in the movie.
Yep, just because. We got it on film, nigga. All right, you got it? Press play. You got it? I'll be going fast forward. I don't need all of that. Fast forward a little bit. He gives him a speech like what's his name did?
Yep.
Like Caratacus does. We are lions. He banging the joint. His man right there. It's his right-hand man right there. Victory is yours. Take it. Just beyond the beach.
They don't even look like warriors.
They do not.
They don't.
They don't fit.
You're like, Mortimer! Nigga shielded hillbillies. Anyway, let's move on. Let's move on. So they dock his man right here. I am so-and-so, destroyer of worlds. Yeah, he just shot with the arrow. He didn't do well. He didn't get trained well enough. He got in his leg. He gonna break it off. Bow! Oh, no, that ain't him. That okay, these are his minions. They're just dying. Let's fast forward a little bit. He getting killed. Hold on. Move it some.
Here we go.
That's Agamemnon. The guy guys I showed y'all right there. Right there. That's a phalanx. That's a phalanx. That you read about earlier. Phalanx. Then when they start walking, I think that's a turtle. Keep going.
Yeah.
They're gonna bunch up together. That's still a phalanx. But the Romans walked around here in a circle, walking forward. That's a phalanx there. Let's keep going. Keep going. His man crazy right there, the big hammer. Keep going. That's Hector. Yeah, his boy, the hammer. Bah! He's just done. That was us with black people. I am Ajax, breaker of stones. Look at me upon me in despair.
Ain't no one hearing this guy, man.
Keep going, keep going. Hold on. It's coming up. I don't want to skip it. Keep going. You got the hammer. You break the arrow out. Keep going. All right, nothing. Nothing. Not the horse down.
All right, here we go.
Here we go. Here we go. He gets to the temple of Apollo. What? Here we go. Bow. Bow. See that shit? You gotta unwind it. You gotta unwind it. Pay attention to the shield. Watch. Front of him. Go back. Go back. Go back. They shot the shield in the front, I think, first.
Yeah.
Watch. Watch. Boom. Boom. See that? You see what he did? He put it behind him. That's what he was doing. Oh my God, bro. That's what we was doing.
Bad.
But way faster.
Right.
And we look better doing it. You know how we do. We look good doing the things we do. Yo, man. See that shield to the arrow behind his back? He knew what was coming.
Yeah.
That means he was fighting. You know what that remind me of? Give me that with Maccabees. I'm going to show you what was happening. He's making a path for himself. Give me Maccabees. You think that's not real? I'm going to show you. First Maccabees, chapter 2. If you ain't watched Troy, something wrong with you. First Maccabees with Eleazar, man.
6, yep. First Maccabees, chapter 6 and verse 43. Eleazar also, surnamed Savarin, perceiving that one of the beasts, armed with royal harness, was higher than all the rest.
So an elephant. So Eleazar perceived that the king was riding on this elephant in particular during the war. He thought the king was on top of the elephant. So his mission was to kill that elephant that the king he thought was on. Because it was armored. It was like glorious in armor. Heavily armored, fortified. Go ahead.
And supposing that the king was upon him, put himself in jeopardy.
Jeopardize his life. Go ahead.
To the end he might deliver his people and get him a perpetual name.
That was Achilles' same mission. He wanted to get a name for himself that would live forever. He wanted a name that would live forever, but it would cost him his life in doing it. He wanted this glory here. Go ahead.
Wherefore he ran upon him courageously.
So he ran upon this giant elephant courageously. He's running like this guy's doing. Go ahead.
Through the midst of the battle.
Through the same thing. Through the midst of the battle. Go ahead.
Slaying on the right hand.
He's slaying people on the right. Go ahead.
And on the left.
Slaying people on the left. Go ahead.
So that they were divided from him on both sides.
He made a path for himself. This is what he's doing in the movie. Go ahead.
Which done, he crept under the elephant.
He gets under the elephant. Go ahead.
And thrust him under.
He stabs the elephant under in the guts. Go ahead.
And slew him. Whereupon the elephant fell down.
The elephant fell flat on top of him, and he go ahead.
The elephant fell down upon him, and there he died.
He died, but the king wasn't on the elephant though, unfortunately. But I'm just showing you that these things we watch. Rewind it again. We watch these things, and we're like, oh wow, look at Brad Pitt. Look what he's doing. Nah, that's all Jake doing that.
Worry about the white man. Look at the white
But
man.
look at the white man in his glory. No, and you see his armor's light. You see his armor's like it's on.
Yep.
That's how he's dressed. That's the light armor there. Arms out, chest covered, the helmet on. Look at this dude. He's whipping ass. But it was us. You can't even touch him. That's the signature movie does.
Remember he told the young boy. Remember the young boy came to him and said, "So and so want to fight you."
Oh, he was like, that was terrible what happened with that dude. Wait, watch this right here. He stabs this dude. He cuts that guy's leg off. Cuts him. Done. Kills him. Cuts this dude. Mows him down. This is the best part. You're gonna spin around in a circle, do some crazy joint. Bow! That's it. That's all I wanted. Yeah, he's just done. That guy ain't going back home. So you gotta go to the doctor and get surgery for that. He gotta fix that eyeball. I don't know if he's gonna fix that. Anyway, that's all I want. So these are the things we were doing since the Silurians were mowing the Romans down. That's the same thing we were doing to them. We exact same thing. Hannibal was doing it. The Silurians are doing it. The Spartans are doing it, and they were all Jake. We showed you that statue earlier of Spartans with the braids under the same helmet he had on. The Spartans had the exact same armor on and the helmet on with the braids. They had long hair. And you think, oh, they got long hair. We could pull it. No, you ain't pulling that hair. They will break your bones. So we were a problem, and that's not. And again, that's still captivity. By the way, just letting you know, that's still like this is Rome at this time. Greece, we weren't in our glory at all. But even in our exile, we were a problem. In our exile now, we are a problem. Okay? What we got? Where we at now?
says this muscular development gave the Silurian the strength and agility of a lion.
The guy said in the movie, lions. This muscular agility development. And that's why the wives is happy, man. That's why we had so many babies. We coming home all diesel and wife was like, oh, let's go upstairs. That's a wrap, man. There ain't no way you ain't having no babies if it looking like that, built like that. And the women was in shape too. Don't think they wasn't in shape. Women, brothers and sisters, they was built. There was a problem. The Spartan women said to the man, only Spartan women give birth to real men. That's a real quote. She said, only Spartan. The guy said, Dan, the way you guys fight, we should have brought our women here. That's what he told Xerxes in the 300. He said, man, the way you guys is fighting, man, we are better off bringing our wives to fight y'all. You guys is weak. Because they were the women were in gymnastics. They were trained in gymnastics, the Spartan women. And there was one time a dude, 1 month before ago, there was one dude that, not one dude, this sister, her son ran from the war. He ran away. He was scared. So she's like, yo, what you doing back here? He's like, oh, I came back from the war. She said, oh, you're back here and your men are out there at the war dying and you're back home alive? Okay. She went and took a piece of the roof and she smashed his face in. Because the word is you either come back with your shield or on it. You don't come back home alive or your men out there dying, your brothers out there dying. That's how this works. You come back on your shield, meaning they carry you back dead, or with it, meaning you come back alive with your shield. He came back home with no shield. So she smashed his face in with a piece of the roof. A roof. So that's what she did. Come back with your shield or on it is a famous quote attributed to Spartan mothers sending their sons off to war. Come back with your shield or on it. So that's how we rolled back then, man. Now you niggas you YNs now. You're getting shit sideways. Shoot the gun sideways. Y'all ain't, no. Y'all just not the guys. You're the semen that should have ended up somewhere in a sock or a towel somewhere, not anyone's womb.
Damn.
Where we at?
Hey, mind if I read something?
Yeah.
Said? First Maccabees chapter 9 and verse 9. So this is what Judas' last battle before he died, because many of the men feared, like he was talking about, how we had that thing. You can't just flee from in the midst of a battle. Mm-hmm. First Maccabees chapter 9 and verse 9. But they disheartened him saying, we shall never be able. Let us now rather save our lives, and hereafter we will return with our brethren and fight against them, for we are but few. Then Judas said, God forbid that I should do this thing and flee away from them. If our time be come, let us die manfully for our brethren, and let us not stain our honor.
Damn! See that? Go home for what? We ain't come out here to go back home. We came out here to die. Because death to us was nothing. Death to us is going back home. That wasn't death for none of us. We understood what they call it, we understood where was the great beyond. We understood it. Oh, we going back home to the fathers, man. I'll be back anyway. It don't make a difference to me. Die. What's death? What's that? See, the Romans had no ideology. We read earlier, they had no ideology. They're stupid. Mars, Jupiter. They were retarded. They had no damn God at all. They had no motivation. But our God is a real God. So we knew what our God had in store for us, dying in glory. These Romans is just, a bunch of atheists fighting each other.
Right, they ain't know what they fighting for.
They ain't know nothing. They're just fighting, following orders. They're just following orders. We following God, they following orders. Big difference. We following God, they following orders. Big difference. Where we at? Read on. That's bad. That's good, man. That's some good stuff. All praises. That's some good stuff.
All praises. So this muscular development gave the Silurian the strength and agility of a lion, and enabled him to sustain his patriotic fire and defend his hearth and home in times of peril. The chief city of the brave and warlike Silures was called Corinth, which designation meant the capital of Gwentland. It was also known by the Romans as Venta Silurian. That's it, D.
Well, that's a bad one. Someone put it on a quote in the audience. It said, to live is Christ, to die is gain. Yes, that's what Paul said. To live is in Christ, to die is gain. That's exactly what Paul. That's warrior talk, man. To live is Christ, to die is gain. Not loss. Death is not loss. Death is gain. That's a bad quote. Get that real quick. Get that? That's good. Thank you. The audience, that's some good stuff. That's what Paul said. To die is gain. What is that in Corinthians? That's in Philippians or something like that?
I'll find it.
That's a banger. That's a banger. I'm trying to read your comments at the same time. It's kind of hard, to read your comments and host at the same time. So y'all got to bear with me.
Philippians 1.
Yeah, I knew it was Philippians. Right. Philippians 1. That's what Paul was saying. I'd rather die, but I can't right now because you guys need me here. But I really don't want to be here. Because Paul saw things. Paul died. He got put to death and he came back. It's like, yo, man, what I left from, I don't want to be here, but I have to be here for y'all. Philippians 1.
Philippians chapter 1 and verse 20. According to my earnest expectation and my hope, that in nothing I shall be ashamed, but that with all boldness, as always, so now also Christ shall be magnified in my body, whether it be by life or by death.
I'll get glory regardless. I get the glory regardless. Like Maccabees, I get the glory regardless. Go ahead.
For to me, to live is Christ, and to die is gain.
Damn, to die is gain. To live is Christ, but to die is gain. Because I gain that new body. I get the kingdom. I get that glory, that honor. Let's go.
Caratacus, father of Linus, Claudius.
Yo, this is chat. This is AI here. Now remember, I told you before. When I do use AI, or was in this format, it's AI for me. I use AI for a living, for work and so forth, based upon what I do. But when it comes to AI, you gotta be careful. Excuse me, because AI, you have to fact check your AI, or you have to use other AIs. So sometimes this particular AI here, it pulls from whatever's put inside. It pulls from whatever is input. So people go in there and put these things in there. It borrows from whatever people put in there. But you have other AI that pulls from older outside sources. So I pull from that. Other AIs pull from like old books. I use that AI. So I fact check this AI with that one, because that one's a bit more. It's more broad. It reaches out, reaches the outside. It's not internal. It's more external. You know what I'm saying? Hope you understand what I'm saying. So, let's read this here about Caratacus. Now, we found this in books, of course, but this just simplifies it, so I just want to get through it. Okay, read that.
Caratacus, father of Linus, Claudia, Pudens, husband of Claudia. The tradition that Linus, the first bishop of Rome, after Peter, was the son of Caratacus, Caratacus, the British chieftain, comes from early Christian and British historical traditions, though it is not explicitly stated in Roman records.
See, so it's scarce. Go ahead. It's believed. Go ahead.
Sources and
traditions. From early Christian and British historical traditions. Why it's saying early Christian? Because remember, these guys, Paul wrote to them. They were early Christians too. So word got around that they were from this family based on early Christians. Go ahead. Their accounts. Go ahead.
1. Early Christian tradition, 2 Timothy 4:21. The Apostle Paul mentions Linus in 2 Timothy 4:21.
Earlier. Go ahead.
With some early Christian writers associated with Linus, the first bishop of Rome. Eubulus greets you, and so do Pudens, Linus, Claudia, and all the brothers and sisters.
Go ahead.
This Linus is widely accepted as the second bishop of Rome.
He was, after Peter died.
After Peter, according to early church fathers like Irenaeus. Against Heresies, Book 3, Chapter 3,
Yeah,
Section
Irenaeus.
3.
Irenaeus came after John the disciple. He was a disciple of the. I believe he was a disciple of a disciple of John.
Right. Him and Polycarp were like
Polycarp and Ignatius. Polycarp and Ignatius and Irenaeus learned from those two. Go ahead.
British historical traditions. According to British legends, Caratacus was taken to Rome as a prisoner around 51 AD. But his noble conduct led to him and his family being spared and allowed to live in Rome.
Go ahead.
His daughter, Gladys, was said to have married a Roman senator named Rufus Pudens, who is also mentioned in 2 Timothy 4:21.
So his daughter, Gladys, was said to have married a man named Rufus Pudens, who was mentioned in Timothy. So Pudens married Caratacus' daughter, Gladys. Go ahead.
Gladys adopted a Roman name, Claudia.
So Gladys changed her name to Claudia. So Pudens and Claudia are man and wife. Go ahead.
Possibly Claudia Rufina.
After Rufus. Go ahead.
Mentioned by the poet Marshall.
Marshall. Go ahead.
Their son Linus is believed by these traditions to have become a Christian and eventually the first bishop of Rome after Peter.
So Linus is their son. So Pudens, Claudia are the mother and father of Linus, and they come from Caratacus, that family. So that's they say. Go ahead.
3. The writings of St. Peter's successors. St. Irenaeus, 180 AD, directly names Linus as the successor to Peter in his work against heresies, Book 3, Chapter 3, though he does not explicitly link Linus to Caratacus. However, later British Christian writers such as Geoffrey of Monmouth, Geoffrey of Monmouth, and Gildas associate Linus with the royal line of the
Britons. That's it. It's a Linus of the royal line of the Silurians. Go ahead.
The Welsh and British Christian chronicles in medieval British and Welsh traditions.
Wales. Go ahead.
Caratacus' family was seen as among the first British converts to Christianity.
See? Go ahead.
These traditions claim that Linus was raised in a Roman household, but embraced Christianity through the influence of St. Paul and became a leader in the early church.
So the gospel got to them. Go ahead.
5. Clement of Rome and the Apostolic Fathers. Clement of Rome, who succeeded Linus as bishop,
Yep, he's in the Bible too. Clement is also in Paul's letters. Clement, go ahead.
refers to Linus as a figure of high authority, consistent with the idea of a noble background.
Status, go ahead. That passed down to remember his father was like a senator. Go ahead.
Summary of the tradition. Source evidence for Linus as Caratacus' son, 2 Timothy 4:21, mentions Linus and Claudia consistent with the tradition. St. Irenaeus, 180 AD, confirmed Linus as Peter's successor.
Right.
British historical tradition connects Linus to Caratacus' royal family. Medieval Welsh and British chronicles identify Linus as Caratacus' son.
Grandson, go ahead.
And first bishop of Rome.
Conclusion.
While there is no definitive Roman record, early Christian tradition, British historical writings, and apostolic references collectively support the idea that Linus was the son of Caratacus, making him of British royal blood and the first British Christian leader in the Roman Church.
So Linus and King Arthur are the same line, same family. Well, we all are, pretty much. We're all Israelites, they're Hebrews. But the point of the matter is that it's rumored historically that, through tradition, that Linus, Pudens, and Claudia are in fact the line of Caratacus. Okay, so now, let's get where we want to get to. Genesis 28:14, Genesis 28:14, and Isaiah 43:5.
The book of Genesis, chapter 28 and verse 14. And thy seed shall be as the dust of the earth.
Let's talk about Jacob. Go ahead.
And thou shalt spread abroad to the west.
The west goes into America. It also goes into the British Isles, as that's westward of Israel. Westward, British Isles as well. Go ahead.
And to the east.
The east goes into obviously like the what's the name? Further east, like Africa. Well, further in Africa, China, Japan, Philippines. That's eastward. Further eastward. Go ahead.
And to the north.
North goes like into like Russia, Iran. That's north of Israel. This is north of Israel, the promised land. Russia, Iran, all them areas up there. Go ahead.
And to the south.
And to the south. Go ahead.
And in thee, and in thy seed shall all the families of the earth be blessed.
And south goes also into the Pacific Islands, southward. Southward. That area, southward. Go ahead. And read on.
Verse 15.
That's all I want. Now, so Israel, it was prophesied that our people will be scattered into all four quarters. Going back to the fringes again, I went over that yesterday. All four quarters or four corners of the earth. The fringes represent us being scattered among all nations and coming to remember who we are while being scattered among those nations within the four quarters or four corners of the earth. Bringing the Most High, bringing our remembrance to who we are within those four corners, calling to mind the blessing and the curse. To the fringes being wrapped all around our garment represents us being wrapped around in captivity all around the earth. And the fringe ribbon of blue is the remembrance while we are in those captivities. That's why them little tassel things that them Khazars wear is BS. They should have at least 2 tassels on their clothes. Maybe 3 or 4. One for Germany, one for Poland, one for like Russia. They should have like 3 or 4 for that reason. Because they're not the guys. They're not all around the earth. God ain't talking with them at all. I see why they wear them stupid ass shoestrings. They ain't the guys in the first place. Wearing Timberland shoestrings in your clothes and they go on their belt hook. Where is that in the Bible? You got Nike shoestrings on your belt buckle. What scripture is that? I don't recall reading anywhere in the Bible we wore shoestrings on the sides of our pant or breeches. It ain't in the Bible. When the sister grabbed the hold of the Lord's garment, remember, we had long garments. She didn't grab his pants, but his pants was under his garment. She grabbed his garment, outer garment, the shirt or the long garment. Fringed that. That was fringed. Anyway, I digress. I'm on sidetrack back into my old class. Isaiah 43 and 5.
The book of Isaiah, chapter 43 and verse 5. Fear not, for I am with thee. I will bring thy seed from the east and gather thee from the west.
I will bring thy seed from where?
I will bring thy seed from the east.
I will bring your seed from the east. Go ahead.
And gather thee from the west.
That's like America and so forth. Go ahead.
I will say to the north.
That's like Russia and those areas up there. Iran. Go ahead.
Give up. And to the south.
That's the Pacific Islands, the south. Go ahead.
Keep not back. Bring my sons from far, and my daughters from the ends of the earth.
From the ends, the four quarters, the four corners of the earth. Bring them back, because we are scattered among all of them. Now we know obviously we can't reach all of them, but God didn't say because you can't reach all of them, don't try. Yeah, just stay in Babylon, focus on Babylon, use the internet. No, that's not what God says to do. God never ever told us anywhere in the Bible to just focus on America. That's not in the Bible at all. The Messiah said, go forth into all nations and teach and find your people. He didn't say, oh yeah, by the way, since you guys are America, just stay over there. Did the Lord send the disciples only in America? Because we were here by that time, we were here. Why didn't he say it then? So I don't know, whatever, man. It's the fox and the grapes. Where we at? Get me First Maccabees 2:50. Regarding the speech that Caratacus gave to his soldiers to fight against the Romans and the legionnaires. It's no different. Yeah, 2:50.
First Maccabees, chapter 2 and verse 50.
Oh, we're going on break, right? We should go on break?
Yes, 2:34.
Yes, we're going to go on break real fast. Those of y'all who don't forget to donate, brothers and sisters. We appreciate your contributions and your willful offerings. We appreciate that. You see where it goes. You know what we're doing. You know we about this work. We about this business. So you see where your contributions go. So feel free to donate what you can, when you can, how much you can, whenever you can. We don't do tithing here. Tithing ain't money in the Bible. It never has been. So text us at 267-702-6121. That's 267-702-6121. You can also Zoom call in as well if you have any questions regarding the topic, because I don't want to go anywhere else. Right now we're on a trajectory regarding King James, regarding the Britons, eventually the Vikings. We're going to go into that a little bit, so I want to try to stay on task, stay on topic. So please, we're going to call in regarding questions or comments regarding the topic. Okay? Try to do that. I appreciate it. All right? So we'll be back after the break. Stay tuned. We'll be right back.
Shalom, Israel, Most High Christ bless. I'm Officer Ariel. We were IUIC Kansas City. So not only do we come out to the streets to preach and teach the word to build our people up spiritually, we come out and put actions behind our words. We doing a local community cleanup today. Hey, stay tuned.
We the chosen ones, the Lord that clean. It's like a movie when we hit the scene. Sometimes it's like I woke up from a dream, cause they tried to check us, but we with the king. We walk in the light, boxed in, but we still kicking with champions taught in this fight.
Right there is a Christian church, and you've never seen them come over across the street and clean up their community.
We never add, minus the bull, we get the last laugh. You counted us out, now we in our bag. We in the building, turn the world upside down, now we moonwalking on the sea.
Shalom, Israel, Most High Christ bless. I'm Officer Ariel.
Also like him.
Hey, we just concluded another community cleanup at a local apartment complex. The scripture says to be an example unto the flock, not only in word, but also in deed. At IUIC, we got boots on the ground.
And like you said, listen, we come here to show our people that just because we live in the worst conditions don't mean we have to live there mentally. All right, that starts with cleaning up where you live and then cleaning up your mindset as well. All right, so with that, hey, we got one question for you. What the hell are y'all doing?
Yeah!
Baptist, the religion Baptist is not in the Bible. You a so-called Christian? What's your denomination? Baptist, okay. Show that. When was Baptist created?
It says
In 1608. In 1608, Baptist was created. What were black people doing in 1608?
Work in the field.
We never just stop to say, let me see where I fit in. Because on Google, if you type in Adam and Eve, what color they gonna come up?
Right.
You type in Jesus Christ, what color they gonna come up?
Right.
You type in all these names, everybody white. Are you telling me everybody was white?
The book of Revelation, chapter 1 and verse 1. The revelation of Jesus Christ.
This is the revealing of Jesus Christ, verse 14.
Verse 14. His head and his hairs were white like wool.
Jesus Christ had hair too. And ironically enough, it was woolly. You got that definition? It says, having hair resembling wool applied to Negroes. Yeah. You see it? Yeah, so Negroes. So Jesus Christ had woolly hair. Jesus Christ was a Negro.
Hey, Shalom, this is IUIC New York at the Puerto Rican Festival in the Bronx. As you can see, people are out here heavy in wickedness, but the Bible says their eyes shall see their teachers. We have the booth going on, the flyer team going on. Listen, this word doesn't go our voice.
Mire lo que está pasando. Los profetas en la calle sin miedo. La verdad estamos tirando. Pa' que la gente despierta.
I don't fear man, I just fear God. Open up your Bible, oh Lord. Listen to his voice, listen to your elders. You ain't got a choice. Gathering the 12 and prepare for war. Before I make a move, I prepare the Lord. I pray, lightning in my veins, you can call me Thor. About to shut the world like never before. Trying to save the world from eternal doom. Listening for trumpets to the fool.
Hey, Shalom family, I'm here with my brother Joel. Hey Joel, let the people know what you learned today.
I just learned that me as a Dominican young man, the religion being Muslim is not the best path. It should be following the Bible and God's commands.
I learned that God isn't white. I learned he's black and he's dark. He got hair like us. Stuff today we could work on, like the YN stuff, like that trend, like that YN trend stuff. We can stop it because we all the same people. We be hurting each other.
That's what we are, just giving our people information that, we coming back to serving our true God, the Lord God of Israel. And in the scriptures, you tell us that in the last days, us as a people, we're going to go through a lot of hell. And we look at it today, it's what we see. We see a lot of problems in the community, but the one way for us to get out of this is we come back to these commandments and actually help teach and raise the nation. Hey, Shalom Israel, Most High in Christ bless. Officer Sean Witt.
Yeah, here.
Hey, this year we hit the 2025 Taste of Cincinnati to bring the word out to our people. And all praise to the Most High, we was able to give out a lot of flyers and have some good godly discourse with brothers and sisters, letting them know the importance it is to repent in these last days. There's a lot of chaos going on, a lot of racial tension going on, and our goal is to go to the communities and teach our people we must repent, keep the laws of God and the faith of Christ. All right, with that, Israel, like, share, subscribe. Shalom.
It's awesome. Yeah, what you think about seeing black men together? It's awesome sauce.
And it's good to see your community get together.
It was live, man. I mean, they sound like they're united and they talking about some good stuff.
Yeah.
Yes, sir.
Shalom, Israel. Most High Christ bless. I'm Captain Adon.
Most Nehemiah.
We are out here at the Bryan Parade, all right? Bryan, Texas. All praise to the Most High. We out here dealing with our people, all right? Why? Because we love our people. When you read Isaiah 1:18, it tells you, come and let us reason, saith the Lord. Though your sins be as scarlet, it should be as white as snow. So in these last days, we're trying to reason with our people and show them what's required of them on the Lord's behalf. That's why it says, let us reason, saith the Lord. So in these last days, the prophets are back, showing the 12 tribes of Israel what they must do to get the kingdom.
I like this.
Yes, sir. King, big king.
I want to look at these strong black men in front of us. Check it out, man.
Hey, man, I like this. I like that.
What do you like about it, sir?
Hey, man, we need to know our history. We need to know our history.
And gather together the dispersed of Judah from the four corners of the earth.
We've been scattered worldwide, and that's our mission, to regather you. James 1:1. James 1:1. Now you know who you are. You're the Israelites, the Bible speaks of. Right. Although they call you Gentile, you are the Israelites. Watch.
James chapter 1:1. James, a servant of God and of the Lord Jesus Christ, to the 12 tribes which are scattered abroad.
To the 12 tribes scattered abroad.
Greetings.
This Mzungu devil, the Bible calls him Esau, E-S-A-U, Edom. This is him. Put yokes of iron on us. Yokes of iron. Slavery, slave boats, that's you and me. When did they go into slavery? When did the Polish and the Russian Jewish people go into slavery? When did they go into slavery? When did they have yokes of iron? I want to see it. I want to see the pictures. I want to read it in the books. It's not historical. There's no, it's malarkey. It's lie.
We're back. We're back. We are back. All right. First Maccabees 2:50. I got to say something else, so I forgot to say this too. First Maccabees 2:50. Read that while I get this.
Yes. First Maccabees chapter 2 and verse 50. Now therefore, my sons, be ye zealous for the law, and give your lives for the covenant of your fathers. Call to remembrance what acts our fathers did in their time, so shall ye receive a great honor and an everlasting name. Was not Abraham found faithful in temptation, and it was imputed unto him for righteousness? Joseph in the time of his distress kept the commandment, and was made Lord of Egypt. Phinehas, our father, and being zealous and fervent, obtained the covenant of an everlasting priesthood. Jesus, for fulfilling the word, was made a judge in Israel.
Joshua, go ahead.
Caleb, for bearing witness before the congregation, received the heritage of the land. David, for being merciful, possessed the throne of an everlasting kingdom. Elias, for being zealous and fervent for the law, was taken up into heaven. Ananias, Azarias, and Mishael,
The only children, go ahead.
by believing were saved out of the flame. Daniel, for his innocency, was delivered from the mouth of the lions. And thus consider ye throughout all ages that none that put their trust in him shall be overcome. Fear not then the words of a sinful man, for his glory shall be dung and worms. Today he shall be lifted up, and tomorrow he shall not be found, because he is returned into his dust, and his thought is come to nothing.
Come on.
Wherefore, ye my sons, be valiant, and shew yourselves men in the behalf of the law, for by it shall ye obtain glory.
See that? So that's the same speech that was very similar to Caratacus' speech against the Romans. This is against the Greeks here. It's the same people speaking the same exact words of motivation, inspiration, same thing. Give me chapter 4, verse 9. We're going to read to verse 11.
First Maccabees chapter 4 and verse 9. Remember how our fathers were delivered in the Red Sea, when Pharaoh pursued them with an army. Now therefore, let us cry unto heaven, if peradventure the Lord will have mercy upon us, and remember the covenant of our fathers, and destroy this host before our face this day. That so all the heathen may know.
All the heathen may know what?
That there is one who delivereth and saveth Israel.
Yeah, God only saves Israel. He saves nobody else. God is one that delivers and saves Israel, and Israel alone. Nobody else. What we got? We got a text now? What we got going on over there? What text we got here? Load up for us to see. We got a few texts or one?
Just one.
All right.
Zoom in a little more. All right. Says, Shalom, Most High Christ. Bless. I just read the book called Judah's Scepter. And I read on page 6, it goes into the migration period of the Zerah lineage to find the places of Troy, Sparta, Athens, and later migrating to Scandinavia. Yes.
That's what he meant, yeah.
Just wanted to share that Judah was always the top dog where they went.
Yeah, I've heard. We might touch on that. The only thing is with that particular record is that I think they go by the mother. Mm-hmm. That's what makes it a bit shaky. That's why I didn't touch. I mean, we were there, but that lineage we have in an old book. Will eventually bring it. We have a whole big. It's like a big folded up map in the book. The book is old. It shows the same thing with Zerah and how they came over to Britain and they mingled around. Cause I don't want to jump ahead, but yeah, it's a bit. That's some good stuff. That's what you're bringing out. We're gonna go into that as well, but it's just we gotta be mindful because it's based upon a matrilineal thing as opposed to patrilineal, which the Bible goes by the father. So we kind of got to be careful with it. But Judah was over there, yes. But that line with Zerah, they go by the woman, which is, not biblical. So, but yes, that's some good stuff there. Judah's Scepter is some good stuff. You do have some books that align with that particular book you're referring to. But all praises. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Give me that. This next AI thing I looked up now. This is ChatGPT, one of the AIs I use. We use from time to time. Not always reliable, but you got to backtrack it. So I was looking into the Druids. I have books on Druids. I'm going to use it in Lord's Will today. I'm going to use it. And the Druids, remember I showed you guys earlier how the Druids were the high priests of the Britons. They went to them for counsel. They did sacrifices. They were advisors of the law. They passed it on to their children. They had to go by memory. Remember that? That was like weeks ago. I went over that. If you guys don't remember, go back maybe 2 parts and watch it where I go into the Druids and how they didn't put things in writing. It was all up here. And they were like the priests of the people. They were the high priests. They handled controversies among the people. And there was a particular, y'all have it? Oh, and there was a particular, so you guys are on point today. But there was a particular details regarding the Druids and how their interactions with the people in their time correlate with the Levites. That's what I was alluding to. So, let's read that. Watch this.
Druid hypocrisy from ChatGPT.
So the reason why I titled it hypocrisy is because in 1 minute it told me no, there's no similarities. That's just folklore. That's British Israelism. Don't believe. It's to try to tell me like if you don't ask the right questions, you ain't getting the right answers. So I had to dig and ask the right questions. Then it was like, oh yeah, there is. Then that's all. You see that? That's why you can't really rely on AI like that because if you ask the wrong question, you'll get the wrong answer. If you don't ask a detailed question with certain sources and then put it into the AI, it's not going to find anything you want.
So you got to challenge the AI.
You got to challenge the AI, right? Because Esau controls it. So if you don't ask, if you're not esoteric, if you don't have a deep understanding of history, it's going back, I don't know what you're talking about. But then if you ask, oh yeah, I know, it does what Esau does. If you don't know, I don't know. If you know, okay, I'll tell you. Read that, watch this.
Druid hypocrisy from ChatGPT. The claim that Druids refer to themselves as the people of Jehovah come from the book, The Bible in Britain, 1869, by Reverend George W. Barber. In this book, Barber suggests that the ancient Druids were monotheistic and worshipped a singular deity, which he controversially equates with Jehovah, the God of the Bible.
Go ahead.
Barber's theory aligns with 19th century attempts to link Celtic traditions with biblical history.
Right. They're trying to say it goes back to British Israelism, where you have white folks that say that the white European nations are the Israelites, and the so-called Israelis today are Edomites, are Amalek. That's what they say. So British Israelism arose around, I believe, the middle 1900s, I believe. This book was around the 1800s, so I think it predates that movement. So a lot of times when I was looking for some form of correlation between the Britons or and the Israelites, it's like, oh, that's British Israelism. So when I asked the right question, it's like, oh yeah, there is some correlation based upon this source, that source. That's why I showed you that book in around Swansea, which is old. It says that the Gwir goes back to Hebrews, which is Britons, which are Silurians, which are the Phoenicians. I had to go take you guys around the world because when I asked Chet, it was like no, but the books that have say yes. So this is, I'm gonna show you the hypocrisy. Watch this. Read on.
Barber's theory aligns with 19th century attempts to link Celtic traditions with biblical history.
Remember, the Celts go back to the Phoenicians. Go ahead.
But it lacked historical evidence.
See, but it lacks historical evidence. Go ahead.
And is not supported by mainstream historians or archaeologists.
Watch.
Most scholars agree that the Druids were part of a polytheistic Celtic religion.
Now, the Druids were in paganism, but they had elements of Judaism because Israel is stupid. We would go into the follow the Lord and follow the devil at the same damn time and merge them together. That's what Northern Kingdom would do. But read on. Judah too. Read on.
And did not use the name Jehovah, which is derived from a Latinized version of the Hebrew Tetragrammaton. Yahweh. Would you like more details on this or other Druid beliefs?
Right. So I put the question: Levites and Druids similar? I had to ask that question. Watch.
Yes, there are some intriguing parallels between the
You see what's happening? So I asked the question: Levites and Druids are similar? And it said earlier, there's no evidence supporting that those two are the same. Then I asked this question: Levites and Druids similar? It goes, yes, there are similarities. But you just said earlier, in a few paragraphs above, there wasn't. Read, watch. I'm gonna show you. Watch.
Yes, there are some intriguing parallels between the Druids of the ancient Celtic world and the Levitical priesthood of ancient Israel, though they existed in different cultural and religious contexts.
Watch.
1. Both were priestly caste.
You read that earlier. Go ahead.
The Druids were the spiritual leaders, judges, and scholars of the Celtic people.
The Silurians. Go ahead.
Responsible for religious ceremonies, legal matters, and education.
Go ahead.
The Levites were the priestly tribe of Israel, responsible for the temple service, sacrifices, and teaching the law of Moses.
Same thing. Go ahead.
2. Both held sacred knowledge.
Yep. Go ahead.
The Druids were keepers of ancient wisdom, astronomy, and oral tradition, which they passed down through memorization.
They didn't write things down, but they did have a language. It was called the runic language. It's like the language is written in runes. That's why that movie that show Scarlet Witch, where they cast spells and she puts it in runes. There's all that stuff go back to this. Go ahead.
The Levites were the guardians of the Torah, responsible for teaching the laws of God to the people of Israel.
Right, go ahead.
Both performed sacrificial rituals. Druids are said to have offered sacrifices, sometimes even human sacrifices, to appease their deities. Levites performed animal sacrifices in the temple of Jerusalem as part of atonement for sin.
So it says, so the Druids went into paganism, it says human sacrifice. Is that Deacon Abiel on there? Zoom calling or there's something else? Yes, sir. Oh, all right, let him on, man. Let him on. This guy, man, he's driving. Yo, this guy, man. What's going on, man?
Hey, shalom, man.
Most High
Christ blessed. How we doing?
What's going on, man?
Shalom, nothing, man. Listen, I know you know what I'm saying, talking about Caratacus and, the Druids and everything right now. But when you have a second, man, check your text messages. Bishop had asked you a question about a report that came out of Philly. I just wanted you to make sure you knew it was there. But, yeah, man, dude, you're doing a great job, man. It's history, man. It's just crazy, bro. You done dove deep, real deep. But yeah, when you get a chance, man, check that text message.
What the hell's happening? Hold on a second. What the hell you teaching these men? All right, yeah. I'm not sure what's going on.
You're not sure what's going on?
I'm not from Philadelphia. I'm from I'm of Philadelphia. I'm not from Philadelphia. It's a big difference. You gotta put these things behind us, man. I put all things in Christ. All things become new.
Okay.
You called in the show to remind me to show me a report. Is that what you just did? Is that what just happened? Is that what you just did? You called in to remind me to look at a text message about a report in the school? Is that what we're doing today? Is that what we're doing?
I'm just making sure you seen it. I didn't know if you had seen it or not, man.
You throwing me off, man. Now I can't focus. Now I got more interested in the report than I am in the class. Thank you, Deke. I appreciate you, man. I thank you for calling to remind me of what's going on, man. Thank you.
No worries, man.
Oh, hey, man, you're so helpful. Oh, man, I'm so grateful for your assistance.
I'm here for you, bro. I'm here for you, man.
Yeah, in the worst way. I appreciate it, man. Thank you. Thank you for calling in and reminding me of the misery I have to face when I get off the show. Thank you. Appreciate you.
Oh, man. I'm going to let y'all get back to it, man.
Yeah, thanks. Thank you, Deke. Thanks for calling. All praise to the Lord. I'm going to go back to the show now. Depression. All right. Shalom. Most High Christ bless. All right.
Shalom.
Oh God, shalom. All right. Okay. All right. That didn't go well. All right, so let's start. Where we at? I don't know where I'm at anymore. I don't even care. Oh, God. All right, where we at? Yeah, continue, man.
4. Says,
Oh, yeah, sacrifices. Give me Hosea. The Druids sometimes have sacrifices or human sacrifices. This is what we start to do. Ephraim first and foremost, because they went into captivity first, and Judah started doing the same exact thing that Ephraim started to do. So this is Hosea 8. The sacrificing. You know, talking about flesh. You know what I'm talking about?
Hosea 8 or 9.
Yeah, I'm talking about the temples. Yeah, Hosea 8 and verse 13.
The book of Hosea, chapter 8 and verse 13.
Wait. Yes, read that.
They sacrifice flesh for the sacrifices of mine offerings, and eat it. But the Lord accepted them not.
But a lot of them was human sacrifices also. Northern Kingdom did it on this side of the world, and Israel's doing it in Britain too. So a lot of that stuff, that Halloween stuff and all that pagan stuff, a lot of that was us. A lot of it was us. Okay, a lot of that sorcery and evil. Like I said before, a lot of these are black folks, but they weren't righteous black people. We're not reading this to say, oh, they're black and righteous. These are evil Negroes in the Dark Ages doing evil stuff. So don't confuse this class with us glorifying these guys because they're black and that's it. I'm just pointing out the fact that history has been whitewashed over millennia, and these figures you read about historically were our people, but a lot of them were involved in madness. They were black and powerful and they were fierce warriors and fighters, but a lot of them were keeping God's commandments and his law. A lot of them were heavily into idolatry and wickedness. So don't confuse, King Arthur and Caratacus, they was righteous. No. Septimius Severus, no. Don't misconstrue the class with these guys being holy and righteous. They were not our forefathers. They were descendants of our forefathers, but a lot of them we went off, like we do now in America. We went off. We went into madness. We sustained some levels of morality, Bible-wise, but for the most part, a lot of us started going into madness. Read on again.
They sacrifice flesh for the sacrifices of mine offerings, and eat it.
That goes into sacrificing, including human flesh as well. Go ahead.
But the Lord accepteth them not.
And they were sacrificing and killing their babies too. A lot of the Phoenicians are doing that. Go ahead.
Now will he remember their iniquity and visit their sins. They shall return to Egypt.
They shall return to bondage. This is not literal Egypt. They didn't return to literal Egypt. They return to bondage. This goes back to the curse of Deuteronomy 28, verse 68. They shall return to bondage. Go ahead.
For Israel hath forgotten his maker.
We forgot our maker. Watch this.
And buildeth temples.
So what do we sacrifice in those temples? Children, human flesh, eating the hearts out like the Aztecs and Incas, Mayans. Same thing. Druids are doing the same thing. Building temples. Go ahead. Read it from the top. I'm sorry, verse 14 again.
For Israel hath forgotten his maker, and buildeth temples, and Judah hath multiplied fenced cities. But I will send a fire upon his cities, and it shall devour the palaces thereof.
So the Lord made it clear that what? That we build temples are not in honor of the Lord, but in honor of some other deity, some other gods. So that goes back to the Druids as well. The Aztecs, Incas, Mayans, Druids, they were keeping some laws. But I showed y'all yesterday how Gad primarily was the main ones upholding law and order among the people. That's why they were the last ones to be defeated by the so-called white man here in the Americas. Okay, so let's go back to this now.
4. Both were intermediaries between God and the people.
Right, mediators. They were mediators like Moses and Christ and so forth. Go ahead.
Druids acted as mediators between the people
and the gods. Gods. That's going off. Go ahead.
Interpreting divine will.
Go ahead.
Levites acted as intercessors between the Israelites and Yahweh.
Mediators. Go ahead.
Especially through the high priest.
Aaron. Go ahead.
Both were exempt from warfare and taxes. Druids were often exempt from military service and taxation, being considered too sacred to fight.
Like Gad was over there in the Americas. Go ahead.
Levites was also exempted from land inheritance and military service, as their role was to serve in the temple.
Go down to Ancient Origins.
Ancient origins and the lost connection to Jehovah. Some early Christian scholars like George W. Barber speculated that the Druids were descendants of ancient Hebrew priests.
See, some early Christian scholars make it clear that Druids were descendants of Hebrew priests. Go ahead. Who did what?
Who escaped from the Babylonian captivity.
And did what?
And migrated to the British Isles.
So Judah went over there. Southern Kingdom went to the British Isles. So Ephraim was there first, and Judah went over there after Babylon. Remember, Ephraim went over there during the time of Assyrian captivity. Then when Judah realized, oh, Israel's over there, we're going to go over there with them. They went over there also. Go ahead.
The Druids called their god Aya.
No, it's Yah. I is a Yah too.
Yah or Yah?
With a Yah with a I or Yah with a Y. Go ahead.
Which some believe is connected to Yahweh, Jehovah of the Bible.
Go ahead.
The ancient Druid triad symbol, 3 rays of light, is also oddly similar to the Hebrew letter Shin, which represents the name of God El Shaddai.
El Shaddai, the terrible demon-like power. Terrible demon power. El Shaddai. Go ahead.
The lost tribe theory.
So now you're saying the lost tribe theory. Go ahead.
Some historians and authors, like William Morgan in the British Kimmery, argue that the Druids were descendants of the Levites, who migrated to the British Isles after the fall of Israel.
Babylon.
This theory was especially popular in the British
Israelism movement. Go ahead.
Movement of the 1800s.
That's what they say it comes from. But we read earlier that Israel went over there. Go ahead. Before this. Go ahead.
Conclusion. Wow. Mainstream historians dismiss these connections as speculative. The spiritual roles of the Druids and Levites are strikingly similar. This could suggest a lost ancient connection between the Celtic and Hebrew people.
And we read that earlier, that there's a connection. Go ahead.
Or that the Druids preserved pre-Abrahamic monotheism before polytheism took hold in Europe.
They went from following God's laws and straight into madness. That's what we always do. Same thing. That's it. Now, get me our descent. Give me our descent. And get me Hosea, let me see, I want. Give me Hosea 9 and verse 3.
Want that first?
No, Hosea 9 and 7. What happened?
Want that first or the book first?
The scripture first. Hosea 9 and 7.
The book of Hosea, chapter 9 and verse 7. The days of visitation are come. The days of recompense are come. Israel shall know it. The prophet is a fool.
That's what happened with us. The prophet, the priest is a fool. Go ahead.
The spiritual man is mad.
Crazy, sacrificing, eating people and sacrificing children. We're crazy. Go ahead.
For the multitude of thine iniquity and the great hatred.
Our great hatred towards our God. It's the same thing. Now, give me the origin here. Get me our descent. Get me page 11. I'm going to skim through. It's just bullet points. Page 11. Blow it up, blow it up, blow it up. Read that here.
The 10 tribes became known to the ancient Greeks, Persians, and Romans as Sake and Sake.
This goes back to Isaac. Go ahead. Or Anglo-Saxon. Anglo-Saxon is the same thing. Go ahead.
For a time, they clustered around the shores of the Black Sea. Scythians and Sake became interchangeable terms.
So Scythians and Sakai became interchangeable terms. Go ahead.
Being given to the same people.
So get Colossians now. Scythians there. So Scythians and Sakai became interchangeable terms. Is where the word Saxon or Sac comes from. Saxon comes from. As in Anglo-Saxons.
Colossians 3:11.
Yeah, 3:11.
The book of Colossians, chapter 3 and verse 11. Where there is neither Greek nor Jew, circumcision nor uncircumcision, barbarian, Scythian.
Scythian, barbarian, those who couldn't speak the Greek or Latin language, or Scythian, who also couldn't speak it. Go ahead.
Bond nor free.
Bond nor free. Go ahead.
Christ is all and in all.
Yeah, I mean, because he's in all Israelites. That's what it's referring to. These are all titles that Israel fell under throughout time, up until Paul's time. The Scythians were our people, as we're going to read here. Read on. Matter of fact, give me real quick. 2 Kings. 1 second. 1 second. 2 Kings 17. 2 Kings 17. And read verse 5. This is when Shalmaneser came. Jump to verse 3, then verse 5 and 6.
2 Kings chapter 17 and verse 3. Against him came up Shalmaneser, king of Assyria.
The king here, the him is King Hoshea of Northern Kingdom. Go ahead.
And Hosea became his servant and gave him presents.
Tribute. Go ahead. That's the Shalmaneser the fifth. Go ahead.
Verse 5. Then the king of Assyria came up throughout.
No, read verse 4. Let's get to the context. Read verse 4.
Verse 4. And the king of Assyria found conspiracy in Hosea, for he had sent messengers to So, king of Egypt, and brought no present to the king of Assyria.
So he was trying to align himself with the Egyptian king and go against Assyria. Go ahead.
As he had done year by year. Therefore the king of Assyria shut him up and bound him in prison.
Verse 5.
Then the king of Assyria
Shalmaneser, go ahead,
came up throughout all the land.
He besieged the land. Go ahead.
And went up to Samaria and besieged it 3 years.
He besieged it 3 years. Watch this.
In the 9th year of Hosea, the king of Assyria took Samaria and carried Israel away into Assyria.
He carried Ephraim away, northern kingdom away into Assyria. Go ahead.
And placed them in Halah.
Placed them in Halah.
And in Habor.
Habor.
By the river of Gozan.
Gozan. Watch this.
And in the cities of the Medes.
And in the cities of the Medes. That would be like Iran in that area over there. Russia, Black Sea. That's the cities of the Medes. All on that area there. That's what that's going into. So now, I read it for a reason. Now read this here. Next bullet point.
Herodotus, 2.
Herodotus is long before British Israelism. That's why I'm reading this here. Herodotus was before British Israelism. Watch. Read on. Diodorus was before British Israelism. Go ahead. Pliny was before British Israelism. Go ahead.
And Ptolemy.
Ptolemy was before British Israelism. Watch.
State that these Scythians and Sake, inhabiting the regions of the Black Sea,
or so we resided in the Caucasus Mountain. We resided there in those areas. Go ahead.
Are the same as those who came from Media.
From where?
Media.
Go ahead.
Across the Euphrates.
Northern Kingdom. Northern Kingdom migrated into these areas. That's what we did. And as time went on, we migrated further west. Ended up in the islands, the Polynesian islands over there. Over time, migrations into Madagascar, migrations into Philippines, migrations into Goa, migrations into Hawaii, migrations into Melanesia. That's what we did. Some of us went over the other way to UK, to Britain, to Spain, France. That's what we did. We spread out. That's what we did. We fell under the title Scythians or Sake. Go ahead.
3. Diodorus says, the Sake sprang from a people in Media.
Who? Northern Kingdom. Go ahead.
Who obtained a vast and glorious empire.
We became very fierce and mighty in that area. And what happens is, when the white man came to the Americas, they said, these guys look like Scythians. They must have crossed the Bering Strait and made their way into America. Because the same Native Americans that the white man came over here and saw are the exact same people they saw over there in that area. They must have crossed from there into America through the Bering Strait. That's where that comes from. They riding horses, long hair, shooting bow and arrow, doing the exact same thing because it's the exact same people. But they didn't cross no Bering Strait. They sailed over here instead. They didn't cross no Bering. There is no Bering Strait. That's nonsense. But read on.
4. Pliny says, the Sake were amongst the most distinguished people of Scythia, who settled in Armenia and were called Sake Sani.
It says that they sprang from a people. I'm sorry.
4.
No. Read it. Read it again. Verse 4. Number 4 again.
Pliny says the Sake were among the most distinguished people of Scythia, who settled in Armenia and were called
Sakasani. Sakasani. Now, why were they distinguished people? Give me that in Maccabees. Hold on. Let me get it. This is why they were distinguished. Because they maintained some form of godliness, even though, again, they mingled it around with paganism. Well, watch this. Colossians, you see? It's not Colossians. I wrote the precept in Colossians.
Amos 7:16?
No, it's in Maccabees.
No, it's a precept in Maccabees.
2 Maccabees 4:47.
Yeah, why not write that down? 2 Maccabees 4:47. Read that. That's it. That sounds like it.
Yep, that's it.
All right.
Read that.
2 Maccabees chapter 4, verse 47. And so much that he discharged Menelaus from the accusations, who notwithstanding was cause of all the mischief, and those poor men.
So Menelaus was a wicked Israelite man that was pretty much exonerated from all the evils he was doing to his own people, to us. Read on.
And those poor men who, if they had told their cause, yea, before the Scythians.
If they had told the cause of what Menelaus did to his people to the Scythians, go ahead.
Should have been judged innocent them, but he condemned to death.
So they would have been judged. They would have dealt with the matter more righteously than the Greeks did. Is what he's saying. The Scythians had some form of a moral code or biblical law among them. That had they brought Menelaus to trial under the Scythians, it would have been a better outcome, because Menelaus got pretty much vindicated from his crimes he was committing. So we're saying that the Scythians were able to judge the matter. It would have been handled better. See that? That's why I said they were a distinguished people. They had some form of the commandments of God they were keeping. Read that before again.
Hey, Deke, that's what Paul talked about in Romans.
Yeah, get Romans 2. I go to Romans 2. Romans 2. Let's get that also.
Yes, Romans chapter 2 and verse 14.
Yep.
For when the Gentiles, which have not the law,
the Gentiles going into the northern kingdom, go ahead,
do by nature the things contained in the law,
maintain distinguished characteristics. Bible, go ahead.
These, having not the law,
these not being raised in the Mosaic law, go ahead,
are a law unto themselves.
They can judge their matters, go ahead.
Which shew the work of the law written in their hearts.
They maintain the laws of God in their minds, go ahead.
Their conscience also bearing witness.
Because they're God's people, go ahead.
And their thoughts, the meanwhile accusing or else excusing one another.
Judging each other. They maintain some form of biblical law, almost then they're better than the Jews themselves. That's what Paul is saying. These guys handle themselves biblically better than y'all do, and they weren't born and raised in the law. Y'all were, and y'all wicked as hell. That's what Paul is saying. All right, so let's go back.
4. Pliny says the Sake were among the most distinguished people of Scythia, who settled in Armenia and were called Sake-Sane.
Go ahead.
5. He further states the Sake were a Scythian race and came from Media.
Right, that's Northern Kingdom. Go ahead.
Our great heritage, Gerald, page 45. 6.
Albinus is also before British Israelism. Go ahead.
Said the Saxons were descended from the ancient Sake of Asia.
Go ahead.
And in the process of time, they
came to be called Saxons. Scythians became to be called Saxons, who were Anglo-Saxons that inhabited over time British, the US, the UK, the Isles. That's what they became. So the original old world Anglo-Saxons was us. White men took over, conquered, and they became the new world Anglo-Saxons. That's what happened. White folks conquer people and become the people they conquer. That's what they do. This is what they do. So they became known as Saxons. Give me Amos now. Amos 7:16. Why are they called Saxons? Amos 7:16.
Amos chapter 7 and verse 16.
What's Deacon Abiel talking about? What is Deacon Abiel talking about, man? It's bothering me. I don't know what he's talking about. What report came up, but now it's bothering me, man. Oh, man, this guy, man. He ain't right, man. Oh, man, he threw me off my focus. Bishop's like, what's happening over there? Oh, God. All right. Amos 7. Oh, man. Amos 7:16, man. Ah, God. The depression setting in again. Amos 7:16. Come on.
Amos chapter 7 and verse 16.
Read verse 9.
Verse 9. And the high places of Isaac shall be desolate.
Read it what? Read again.
And the high places of Isaac shall be desolate.
That's referring. This is Amos prophesying against Northern Kingdom. He's calling it the high places of Isaac. Go ahead.
And the sanctuaries of Israel shall be laid waste. And I will raise against the house of Jeroboam with the sword.
That's how you know it's Northern Kingdom. Isaac, house of Jeroboam with the sword. Jump down to, read verse 10.
Verse 10. Then Amaziah, the priest of Bethel.
Bethel was Northern Kingdom's area. Bethel. Amaziah, the priest of Bethel, go ahead.
Sent to Jeroboam, king of Israel, saying, Amos have conspired against thee in the midst of the house of Israel. The land is not able to bear all his words.
You got to get Amos out of here, man. This guy is causing destruction with his mouth. His words is the problem. You know how people get mad at us and chase us out of cities like Kenya? It's the same thing here. People can't bear his words. We want this dude gone. Amos is being a problem with his words here. He's prophesying against us. Get him out of here. Read on.
For thus Amos saith, Jeroboam shall die by the sword, and Israel shall surely be led away captive out of their own land.
That's Northern Kingdom, the house of Isaac. Come on, watch.
Also, Amaziah said unto Amos, O thou seer.
O thou seer or prophet. Go ahead.
Go. Flee thee away into the land of Judah.
Yo, go with Judah. Get out of here. Get out of here with that Bible stuff, man. Go teach Judah. Get out. That's how you know it's Northern Kingdom here. Go teach Judah. Amos, go away, man. Why you here? With that Bible stuff, that laws and God and stuff. Go ahead.
And there eat bread.
And go eat bread with them. Go sit down and teach. Go with Judah. Go ahead.
And prophesy there.
And go prophesy and teach that Bible over there. Go ahead.
But prophesy not again anymore at Bethel.
But don't teach Ephraim no more. We don't want to hear you. We don't want you around here. Just go deal with Judah, man. Stay out of Bethel. Stay from Ephraim. We don't want you over here. Go ahead.
For it is the king's chapel.
Because this is the king's place. You're disrupting the king. He trying to eat and be happy. You causing problems with this prophecy and captivity stuff. You don't hear all of that. Go ahead.
And it is the king's court.
Go ahead.
Then answered Amos and said to Amaziah, I was no prophet, neither was I a prophet's son, but I was a herdman and a gatherer of sycamore fruit.
So Amos, listen, man, I wasn't a prophet. I wasn't always a prophet. I was a herdman. I was called into this. Go ahead.
And the Lord took me as I followed the flock. And the Lord said unto me, Go, prophesy unto my people Israel.
Verse 15.
Now therefore, hear thou the word of the Lord. Thou sayest, prophesy not against Israel.
You tell me don't prophesy against Israel, Northern Kingdom. Go ahead.
And drop not thy word against the house of Isaac.
So Israel, Northern Kingdom is referred to as the house of Isaac. That goes back to them being called the sons, Anglo-Saxons. Sons of Isaac. That's who it's talking about. They're referred to as the house of Isaac. That's what they're referred to. So the Saxons are the house of Isaac. Anglo-angelic Saxons, sons of Isaac. That's what it means. Read on. Let's go back to the book now.
7. Ptolemy mentions a Scythian people sprung from the Sake by the name of Saxons. British history traced from Egypt and Palestine. Roberts, page 105, quoting Sharon Turner. 8. The self-liberated 10 tribes.
There you go. Go ahead.
After leaving Media.
Go ahead.
Became subsequently known as the Scythians.
Can't get no more definitive than that. You can't get no more definitive than that. Go ahead.
Either from occupying a region so-called.
Right. They found that name because they inhabited a region called Scythia, which is where Elam was primarily. They found that title based upon living in that region. Go ahead.
Or else to signify that they were wanderers, which is the import of that name.
The Scythia means wanderer because Northern Kingdom wandered around. They are wandering Northern Kingdom. So this guy told me here, I put in the side, is a 2nd century Greco-Roman geographer. This is before British Israelism. That's why I put that there. So no one's confused about who told me he is here. 2nd century is long before British Israelism. So now, give me the next page. Before you fact check me, I fact check me first. Number 9, on page 12.
9. Of the various Scythian nations which have been recorded, the Sake or Sake are the people from whom the descent of the Saxons may be inferred, with the least violation of probability. Sake Suna, or the sons of the Sake, abbreviated into Saxon.
There you go. The sons of the Saxons. Abbreviation Saxon, or sons of the Saxon. Go ahead.
Which is the same word as Saxon. Seems a reasonable etymology of the word Saxon. The Sake, who in Latin are called Sake, were an important branch of the Scythian nation.
Yep, go ahead.
He also states that the Sake came from Media.
There you go again. Media, same place, cities of the Medes. Go ahead.
Arrived in Britain.
But why? Because remember, they knew about that place from King Solomon's travels. I went over that before. Go ahead.
Via Norway.
They went to Norway.
Denmark. Germany.
They were in Germany. Germany too. Remember, the Black Sea, Caspian Sea, that's Germany up there. Russia's up there. Go ahead. It's Eastern Europe. Go ahead.
Etc. 10. The Scythians subdued many nations in the regions around about the Caucasus.
That's Japheth. Go ahead.
And spread into Europe from the Don to the Danube, taking a westerly direction.
Go ahead. Moving that way, and eventually find themselves into the islands over there we visited this year. Go ahead.
All on this route, this people left traces of themselves. North of the Caucasian mountains, there are vast plains now covered by immense numbers of tumuli or tombs.
Where they buried their dead. That's how you know. Go ahead.
It is generally admitted that some of the people who had settled in Ireland came at an early period into Scotland.
Whoa, read it again.
It is generally admitted that some of the people who had settled in Ireland.
Go ahead.
Came at an earlier period into Scotland.
Go ahead.
And were known as the Scotti. A name probably derived from
Scythian. Scotti is Scythian. It's the same word. Same people. Jump down to the next check mark. Aeschylus. Aeschylus.
14. Aeschylus, the celebrated Grecian poet, specially mentions that.
Watch this.
The Sake were noted for good laws.
They were a distinguished people. Read again.
Aeschylus, the celebrated Grecian poet, specially mentions that the Sake were noted for good laws and were preeminently a righteous people.
Compared to the heathens around them. They maintained some commandments and laws. That's the point I wanted to get to regarding 2 Maccabees 4 and 47. Where had they judged the matter, they'd have been better off. Menelaus would have got judged. And that's why you read earlier in Romans 2, they have a conscience of the law, the Spirit bearing them witness. They maintain some part of good laws. Go ahead.
15. Sharon Turner says, the Anglo-Saxons, Lowland Scots.
Hey, I'm sorry, real quick. Give me that book where it mentions it says the Berbers, the Scots, and them are the same people. You know what I'm talking about, Jess? That book. It says it.
Israel Redivivus.
Redivivus, give me that one. Israel Redivivus. Read this while you get that. Go ahead.
Sharon Turner says, the Anglo-Saxons, Lowland, Scots, Normans, and Danes have all sprung from that great fountain of the human race, which we have distinguished by the term Scythian and Gothic.
Scythian and Gothic, go ahead.
The first appearance of the Scythian tribes in Europe may be placed in the 7th century.
The what time?
7th century.
That's Assyrian captivity. That's after Assyrian captivity. 7th century, go ahead.
Before the Christian era.
BC. That's Assyrian captivity. Go ahead.
The Scythians, formerly inconsiderable and few, possessed a narrow region on the Araxes.
Jump down to 16.
16. Dr. George Moore says the name of Goth, as already surmised,
watch this,
will probably transfer from Palestine.
From where?
Palestine.
The name Goth was transferred from Palestine. Go ahead.
To the neighborhood of the Caspian Sea.
Watch.
Where? The Gittite.
Oh, well, that name again. That name. That's why don't forget that name. That's the name that Septimius Severus went by. And his son's name was Geta. Geta, go ahead. That was Septimius Severus' father's name was Geta. Where the Geta, go ahead.
And the Sake.
And the Sake, go ahead.
The Goths.
The Goths.
And the Saxons.
And the Saxons.
Are historically found together.
Because they're the same people. Because they're the same exact people. Same people. Go ahead.
17. Again, Dr. Moore says the Sake and the Gittite, who formerly invaded India.
They formerly invaded where?
India.
That's Iran. Go ahead.
Sprang from the same source as the Saxons and Goths of the West.
Mm-hmm.
And were directly connected with the Israelites.
And with what?
And were directly connected with the Israelites.
Go ahead.
Or with a people who employed their language.
They speak in Hebrew. I'm telling you.
This is war.
You know what we're talking about. Go ahead. You got it what I want? Read that. Go down. No, it says about the Berbers. North Africa, it mentions them being the Berbers. Berbers and them, old. It's not that. That's good too. We can read that. But there's other one that says, it says Old World, Anglo-Saxons, and New World.
Oh.
It says Africa.
Yeah.
Get that book though. Get that one. Go back to that one. That's fine. You know what I'm talking about? It's entitled
something art.
Yeah, an art. Something in art.
Yeah.
Something in art. Just type in art in the search, you should find it. Something in art. Portraits, pictures in art, passions of art, something like that was on the P. Oh man.
Essays of art.
Essays of art. Thank you. I was way off. Essays of art. That's it. Yeah. Essays of art. That's the one. There we go. Blow it up real quick regarding the Scotti again. Blow it up. No, that's not the one. That's on the page. Striking with batons. Nope, not that one. Let me see. Yep, that's it.
Yeah, right here.
Go down. Let me see. Yep, read. Yep, read this here. Right here. Berbers,
who primarily peopled northern Africa.
The Berbers were the Semitic Berbers. People North Africa, that's like Carthage and so forth, that area. Go ahead.
And the dark-skinned Iberians of Western Europe.
So the Berbers of North Africa and the dark-skinned Iberians of Western Europe, watch this,
belong to the same race.
With the same people. Watch, read on. Jump down to this part, this Iberian.
This Iberian population passed into Spain.
Go ahead.
By this primeval isthmus, and thence diffused themselves over Western Europe and its isles.
Watch.
Whether this were actually the case, it is hard to say, but it's important to note
that Seleucus, quoting the Punic books, which were ascribed to King Hyamsu, exactly reverses the course of migration and states that the progenitors of the African Moors.
There you go. There you go. It says exactly, this is the Punic books, that's Hannibal in them, which describe to King Hyamsu exactly reverses the course of migration. Go ahead, watch this.
And states that
states that what?
The progenitors of the African Moors.
That's black folks. Go ahead.
Were a people
from where?
From Media and Persia.
Go ahead.
Who had marched through Europe into Spain.
Go ahead.
And thence into Mauritania.
See that? So that's Northern Kingdom. They went, I'm telling you. Same thing. Go ahead.
Though whether overland by the isthmus or by boats across the strait is still left to conjecture.
Whether they walk there or sail there, they don't know. Jump down to, of course it may be.
Of course, it may be taken for granted that among these Iberians, thus spread over Africa, Spain, France.
Because we ruled these areas. It says these Iberians spread through Africa, Spain, France, and the British Isles. That's the Britons. That's the Anglo-Saxons. Go ahead.
Local differences would exist. Just as there is a perceptible difference between the Anglo-Saxons of the old world.
That's us.
And those of the new.
White folks. Watch this.
But there is reason to believe that the Scotti of Ireland.
The Scots of Ireland.
The Iberians of Spain.
Go ahead.
And the Berbers of Africa.
Go ahead.
Belong to a fundamentally identical race.
They're all black people. Same people. Israelites. That's what it was. Scotti, going back to the Scythians, it's the same people. Same exact Caratacus, who was the descendant of King Arthur. It's all the same people. Now read this here. It says Israel Dividus. Go back to that one. Israel Dividus. You just had it. It was highlighted in blue. Blow that up again.
The Scythians, Getae, Thracians, and Goths, having thus been traced to one common origin, or as being rather different names for the same people, there can be no reasonable doubt, but that these represented the descendants of the 10 tribes who had escaped from the Assyrian captivity.
Yep, go ahead.
It has also been seen that some of these migrated into Asia Minor,
where Paul wrote to. Watch this.
And thus joined the Greco-Israelites.
They joined the Greco-Israelites that Paul was writing to. Philippians, Galatians, Colossians, Ephesians, Greco-Israelites, Scythians. Go ahead.
In their colonies there.
Who Paul wrote to. Corinthians, who Paul wrote to. Thessalonians, Paul wrote to. Go back to the book I want now. Back to the tent. Let's continue. Read that.
18. Du Chaillu, in his works, The Viking Age.
Calm down, Annie. The Viking Age. Vikings. Go ahead.
Vikings.
Go ahead.
Declares a careful perusal of the sagas, which will enable us, with the help of the ancient Greek and Latin writers, and without any serious break in the chain of events, to make out a fairly continuous history which throws considerable light on the progenitors of the English-speaking peoples, their migrations northward from their old home on the shores of the Black Sea, their religion, and their settlement of Scandinavia and of England. 19. There is no higher authority.
I'm sorry. Go back. I'm sorry. I'm reading something. It says their old home on the shores of the Black Sea, their religion, and their settlement of Scandinavia and of England. Going back to that brother's point in the text earlier about them being in Scandinavia. Same thing. Go ahead.
19. There is no higher authority to these matters than Sir Henry Rawlinson, the father of Assyriology,
Go ahead.
who propounds that the Sake, who were termed Gimri, by their Semitic neighbors, first appeared in the cuneiform inscriptions as a substantive people under Assaradon, about 684 BC. Herodotus, that they consisted of two divisions, the eastern name Hamurga and the Tegrakuta or archers, who were conterminous with the Assyrians.
Yep, go ahead.
Note that Gimri or Kimri
Watch this.
was but another name for the Sake.
Watch this.
Thus, the Kimri, the ancient Britons, or Welsh, and Saxons are really
one race. And the Gimri part here goes back to that word gower or gimmer we read earlier, which goes back to Hebrews. It's the same word. I'm just telling you, what page is this? The page is page 12? All right. Go down and see. Hold on, let's see if I want that. That was 14 you just read? All right, read 14. Read a little faster. No, I don't want this. That's too much. Go down, go down. Let me see, blow it up. I'm sorry. Right, we see Saxons. I don't need all that. Give me page. Hold on. 17. 17. Y'all page 17? You said no? Y'all don't have 17?
Yeah, it went to 18 from 16.
I go to 18. That's it, the 21. Y'all should have the 21. All right. That's weird. Okay, I'll bring it next week then. Blow it up. Let me see that. That's fine. It's meant to be. Crania Britannica, read that.
In Crania Britannica,
watch this.
We are told of a cyst or barrow at Stonehenge.
Where?
Stonehenge.
You know that big structure that's the known wonder of the world, the big old stones in a circle? Stonehenge. Ooh, spooky Stonehenge. Watch this.
In which
remember earlier read about the stones, the King Arthur's buried under a stone, all that stuff. Read about that before? Watch this.
In which were the remains of a Druid, perfectly clad in his sacred garments.
They found a Druid buried by Stonehenge or in Stonehenge, perfectly clad in his sacred garments. Remember, the Druids played a priestly role. Watch.
With a breastplate on his breast, the facsimile of that worn by the Hebrew high priest.
Why is the Druid wearing the same garment the high priest is wearing? Why? Why is he wearing that? Because the Druids played the same role. They played the priestly role if they were not the Levites over there. That's why he's wearing the same breastplate as Aaron over there. Because it's the same people. Go ahead.
The worship of the Druids consisted of 3 great acts. First, the laying of his offense on the victim, a bullock, sheep, or goat. Second, the offering up of the life of that victim. Third, the expiation, as he believed, thereby affected.
Go down. Let me see. Read incense burners.
11. Incense burners of clay are in the British Museum.
Read verse on. No, read the top, the long one. Go up to the top.
Oh, our antiquarian?
Yeah, antiquarian ancestors.
Our antiquarian ancestors who knew very little respecting these monuments, dolmens, cromlechs, etc., and had few opportunities of comparing them with others in distant localities, who did not know what their true construction and destination were, and mistook the weathering effects on the capstones for channels artificially made, called these structures Druids' altars, and invented horrible stories of human sacrifices.
Oh, so rumor has it that them sacrificing human beings is possibly a rumor. The Romans pushed that rumor that they were sacrificing bodies and so forth. So those altars, that Stonehenge, was a sacrificial altar that the Druids used to sacrifice animals. So so they put mystery behind it that they were sacrificing human bodies and they really weren't. So whether they did or did not, I don't know. But that's what they're saying, that is horrible stories of human sacrifices were invented by the so-called white man. For example, the white man says that Native Americans over here were sacrificing. Now, they were, but not all of them. All right, what page is it? What's this? Let me see that. Let me see.
Oh, you found it?
No, they had 17. Let me see that one. Read. The Druids had their high priest. Yeah, go up some. Read the Druids had their. Let me see. I want that. Yeah, read number 2. Read number 1. Read the whole thing.
Charles Hubbard, 1825 AD, in his Religions of Britain, says, so near is the resemblance between the Druidical religion of Britain.
So near is the Druidical religion of Britain. Go ahead.
Of Britain and the patriarchal religion of the Hebrews.
They go by father's line. Like King James line, they go by the father's line. Patriarchal, go ahead.
That we hesitate not to pronounce their origin the same.
The same. British, the same. Go ahead.
Cassell's History of England says, the Druidical rites and ceremonies in Britain were almost identical with the Mosaic ritual. 3. The Druids had their high priest. Their priesthood was hereditary.
Patrilineal, go ahead.
Passing from father to son.
Like Aaron and his son, go ahead.
4. Canon license speak of their Druids' views of the immortality of the soul.
That's going into transmigration. That goes you dying or come back. Regeneration. Go ahead.
Their perception of their being the children of the great God.
Their perception of being the children of the great God. Israelites, go ahead.
As Kaiser informs us, their traditional belief in the triune power of the Godhead.
Yeah, the Father, the Son. There's no damn triune. Go ahead.
The Druids writes Kaiser, 54 BC.
The Druids writes Kaiser or Caesar. This is his writing about them. Go ahead. His commentary on them when he fought them. Go ahead.
Make the immortality of the soul the basis of all their teaching.
The Druids make the immortality of the soul the basis of all their teaching. Go ahead.
Holding it to be the principal incentive and reason for a virtuous life.
You don't really die. We believe that. Go ahead.
6. Barber, in Suggestions on the Ancient Breton, says that they had a language that was pure Hebrew.
The Druids had a language that was pure Hebrew. Go ahead.
And that they called themselves the people
of Jehovah. Go ahead.
7. The Druidical service was an exact replica of the Hebrew.
Man, go ahead.
The sacrifices were propitiatory, and the Druid high priest was clothed precisely
as was Aaron. And they found his body buried with the same garments. Go ahead.
8. The chief Druid and the
Druid. They call him the Druid or the high priest. Go ahead.
And the Hebrew high priest were similarly arrayed, even to the breastplate of judgment and the holy name upon his head.
So Aaron's sons went over there.
Damn.
Aaron's sons went over there to Britain and became the high priest over there. Same thing. I'm telling you. That's it. That's all we got for this one. All right. 17. 18, cranium, read that already. We're at the bottom part. Breastplate. Read that already. If you went backwards. Go to, let me see. Get me, real quick, give me, I didn't send it to you either. Give me Deuteronomy 28, verse 37. I'm going to send it to y'all. Got about 10 more minutes. I'm going to go 10 more minutes and wrap it up. 28, 37. Hold on a second. Let me send this to them. Y'all go ahead. I'll send this to them.
Read it.
Yeah, hold on a second. Hold on. Confirm Saxons and Goths.
Althea, can you add something, right? Why Deacon get that?
No, that's I mean,
I'll bring it up.
Nah, I was reading something else here. I don't even know it. Yeah, it's all right.
Hey, that script in Amos we was reading, Amos 7.
Mm-hmm.
Where we just read about the Amaziah, that priest that was talking to Amos.
Tell him to get out and go.
Yeah, that priest was Dan, because he was a priest of Bethel.
Yeah, that's right.
That's why the next chapter it says that swear by the sin of Dan, thy God liveth.
Wow.
So that was Dan that was saying that to him.
I sent to y'all what I wanted, what y'all need. All right. Read this first. Well, give me Deuteronomy 28 first. Yep. 28:37 first. Because these names I read about: Geta, Saxons, Sake, Goths, Scythians. This is all going back to the scriptures of the curses we fell under when we got scattered throughout the four corners of the earth. Bretons, Berbers. These are all bywords. 28 verse 37.
The book of Deuteronomy, chapter 28 and verse 37. And thou shalt become an astonishment, a proverb, and a byword among all nations whither the Lord shall lead.
So the proverb goes into them the wise sayings, as in like rumors, stereotypes, folklores, legends regarding us, whether negative or positive, primarily negative in this instance about us. And then bywords goes into a by name, or a name called outside your biblical God-given name. Puerto Rican, Dominican, Haitian, Jamaican, Druid, Scythian, Phoenician, Geta, Saka, Goth, Scythian, Berber, Phoenician, Mohican, Choctaw, Chickasaw, Mexican, Puerto Rican. These are bywords. African American, these are bywords. Nigerian, Ghanaian, Sierra Leonean, these are bywords. These are not God-given names. These are names that were given to us through our time, that we took on ourselves or were forced upon us. That's what happened. So these are all goes back to the curses. So a lot of these names and so forth all are a result of us being scattered, going against our God, violating his laws, and eventually being lost to the world. Our remembrance being lost. Get 32 verse 26, Deuteronomy as well. All these names and so forth led to this. Eventually led to this, not only regarding all nations acknowledging it, but us ourselves. 32 verse 26.
The book of Deuteronomy, chapter 32 and verse 26. I said, I will scatter them into corners.
I will scatter them into the four corners. Go ahead.
I will make the remembrance of them to cease from among men.
He make the remembrance of us to cease from among men. The remembrance of us to cease from among men. Not only from all nations that know who we are, but us ourselves losing our identity. We forgot who we are. We found these titles, Malagasy. That's not how we are. That's not who we are. Native American. That's not who we are. African American, FBA, Foundational Black American, or I call them Foolish Black Americans. That's not who we are in the Bible. That's not our biblical given name. All right. So that's all part of the curses. That's what the Lord told Jacob that your seed will be scattered throughout the north, south, east, and west. He said he prophesied it. Give me the other one. 28. Let me see this. Genesis. Hold on a second. One more regarding these names. And these names we fall under are also heathen derivations, like Scythians. That's not our name, but we found that title based upon living in those foreign lands. Genesis, real quick. It is 20. Hold on. 28. 35 and 10. Genesis 35, 10, 11. Watch this.
Genesis chapter 35 and verse 10. And God said unto him, thy name is Jacob.
So the Lord said, your name is Jacob. Go ahead.
Thy name shall not be called anymore Jacob.
Your name is no longer Jacob anymore. Go ahead.
But Israel shall be thy name.
So the Lord's he's renaming Jacob now. Your name is Israel from now on. That is your name. And your children are Israelites. That's their name. They are sons of you. Sons of Israel. Israelites. Read on.
And he called his name Israel.
Watch this.
And God said unto him, I am God Almighty. Be fruitful and multiply.
Watch this.
A nation.
So he starts off saying, you say you are going to be a nation that's going into Judah. Watch this.
A nation.
Judah. Hold on. Go slow. A nation. Judah. Watch this.
And a company of nations.
And a company of heathen. Nation and company of nations. Or heathen. Same thing. Company of nations. It goes back to what? Northern Kingdom, undergoing all these different names. Aztecs, Mayans, Incas, Bretons. It's all the same. Nation and a company of nations. Go ahead.
Shall be of thee.
Shall be of you. Go ahead.
And kings shall come out of thy loins.
Like Caratacus, like Murig, like David, Solomon, Hezekiah, Josiah. You had kings in Africa. Mansa Musa, another one. You had Chaka Zulu, another one. King Prempa, another one of Ghana. What's his name? Jasper Younger. You have Ganga Zumba, a bunch of names, different names. But these are all our people under different names. A nation and a company of nations will come out of you. Jacob didn't father all nations. He fathered one nation of people, but they became what? A company of nations. And fell under what? A company of different names and bywords. That's what happened. That's prophecy. Now, give me what I want now that I sent you. Read this here.
Chat GPT.
So I asked Chat again. I had to ask the AI again. Go ahead.
Chat GPT confirms connections Saxons and Goths Israelites.
Now, I read books earlier just to show that I don't rely on just AI. I don't do that. I just use AI to find more things for me to see. Read that.
You're diving deep into some ancient and controversial history here.
You see what AI told me? You're diving deep into some ancient stuff because most folks don't ask the right questions. Go ahead.
Let's break this down. The theory that the Gittae, a Thracian tribe, and the Sacae, a Scythian tribe, were actually Goths and Saxons come from a book titled The British History Traced from Egypt and Palestine by L.A. Waddell.
I own this book. Go ahead.
1927. And also explored by Robert G. Webb in his book, The Origin of the English Nation, 1990.
Now, some will argue and say these books are written by guys who support British Israelism, but I showed you Pliny, I showed you Diodorus, I showed you Ptolemy, Herodotus. These guys are before, so you can't use that as an argument. Go ahead.
The core argument, authors like Robert and Waddell argue that the Gittae and Sacae were actually lost tribes of Israel,
right,
who migrated north and became known as the Goths, Gittae, and the Saxons, Sacae or Saka.
Sons of Isaac. Go ahead.
Evidence for connection. 1. Etymology. Name origins. Gittae pronounced
Gothe.
Goths.
So it's pronounced Gotha. Wow, I didn't know that. So Geta is not pronounced Geta, it's pronounced Gotha. Gotha or Gotha. Goths. Go ahead.
Sake, pronounced Saxe, Saxons.
Mm-hmm.
The word Saxe or Saka was used by the Persians and Greeks to refer to the Scythians, a nomadic people from the northern regions
of Iran, Medes,
and Central Asia. The Sake were later called Saxons when they migrated west into Europe.
See that happen? The name mutated in England. Go ahead.
2. Ancient Roman and Greek historians confirmed it.
Ancient Roman and Greek historians confirmed it. And I read the books that support it. Go ahead.
Herodotus, 5th century BC, said the Sake Scythians were descendants of the Israelites who had been exiled by the Assyrians.
I'm telling you, bro. So this is not British Israelism. Herodotus, 5th century, they call him the father of history. So these guys who are called Scythians are Israelites. That's who Paul, guess what? Guess who confirmed this before him? Paul. Paul wrote to the Scythians. He was writing to Israelites, Greco-Israelites. Colossians 3:11. Go ahead, read on.
Strabo, Greek historian, called the Gittae the bravest of the Thracians.
Go ahead.
And mentioned their monotheistic belief in a
single God. Go ahead.
Similar to Hebrew beliefs.
Go ahead.
Jordanes, a Gothic historian, 6th century AD, called the Gittae and Goths the
same people. Go down.
Lost tribe theory. When the 10 tribes of Israel were exiled by the Assyrians around 722 BC, they migrated north through the Caucasus Mountains and became known as the Scythians.
Saka and Gata. That's what I'm telling you. Go ahead.
The Sake settled in Central Asia.
Saxe, really, it's Saxe now. Saxe and Gate. Go ahead.
Saxe settled in Central Asia and migrated west as Saxons. The Gate migrated into Eastern Europe and became the Goths.
Go ahead.
Is Robert's book factual? Mainstream historians reject this theory because it challenges the official narrative
of history taught today. So they go against it. Because they know if you dig deep, you're going to find all the original inhabitants of these areas is black. So we got to denounce all of it. Because if you dig, like I did, if you dig deep enough, you're going to find niggas there. So we got to denounce it. No, it's all myth, it's all theory. No, it's not. It's not theory at all. Go ahead.
However, ancient historians like Herodotus, Strabo, and Tacitus already made these connections over
2,000 years ago. So you can't argue it. They all agreed the same thing, different times. Go ahead.
Other evidence that supports it. 1, the Saxon name in Hebrew.
Watch this.
In Hebrew, Isaac's sons equals
Saxons equals
Saxe equals
Saxons. I'm not making this up. I'm making it up. Go ahead.
The prophecy of Isaac in the Bible said his descendants would spread
to the west and became a great nation. That's Britain. Go ahead.
2, Gothic runic alphabet.
Gothic runic. That's the Druids. Runic alphabet. Go ahead. Which the white man makes it in movies like it's magic spells and runes, and that's like on Wanda, Scarlet Witch. She would use runes and cast spells with her fingers, making it all mystical, magical. Like the Native Americans, they're mystical people. Ooh, Indians. Ooh, they're like unicorns. It's the same thing. I think I got dumb Negroes today saying, we were always here. We're Native American. No, you Native niggas. You don't Native American at all. Your ass back over here in the shit like every other nigga over here. We're Native American. No, Native nigga, not Native American. Read that.
2, Gothic runic alphabet. Ancient Hebrew alphabet. The Gothic runes are identical to ancient Paleo Hebrew letters.
Paleo Hebrew letters.
Paleo Hebrew letters. The Hebrew letter Gemiel, Gothic, G, X. Ancient writers who knew this. Ancient historians.
And understand, I'm gonna give respect. I'm gonna give respect when respect is due. Our elders, they taught this long before us. I'm playing catch up with them. The elders that were around, the Israelites that were around before me, the old school elders, our elders. They've been touched on this. And they didn't have AI. They didn't have Google. They went to the library and they would pull out books and read them on their own. I still not caught up to them. So I give respect and respect is due. Those guys are my predecessors. They pretty much are the ones who led me to this history to learn it and want to study it and retain it. Their minds are way beyond mine. These guys on a different level. God used some guys in terms of history on a higher level than me. But all praise to the Most High for them regardless. Despite where they are now, the Most High used these men to build the foundation of history that we were never taught in school. So I give respect to those elders regardless. Go ahead.
Ancient writers who knew this. Ancient historians, what they said. Herodotus, 5th century BC. The Saxae were Scythian Israelites.
There you go.
Strabo, 1st century BC. The Getae were one of the most ancient and pure races. Jordanes, 6th century AD. The Getae were the same as the Goths. Sharon Turner, 1790 AD. The Saxons are the sons of Isaac.
Sons. Isaac's sons. Go ahead.
Even the British royal family knew this.
Whoa. Even the British what?
Even the British royal family knows this.
Do they have the records? Go ahead.
The Saxon Coburg Gotha dynasty. Queen Elizabeth II's original family name.
The Saxon Coburg Gotha dynasty. Now, Queen Elizabeth II is a German. That's a heathen woman. That she's not of the same lineage of King James line. This is King James line here. This is King James line. And she does not descend from them. King James' granddaughters married white men. King George and King William married them, and they go by mommy now. No. So her line does not go back to that. She go back to Germans. Read on. Now maybe through the line through cousins, but not direct lineage. No. Go ahead.
Even the British royal family knows this. The Saxon Coburg Gotha dynasty, Queen Elizabeth II's original family name, literally connects the Saxons and Goths to
ancient Israelite heritage. Correct. She told that black woman one time. She said, "Yeah, we have black in our family. We have black." She showed a picture. What's her name? She was messing with Prince Henry. What's her name? Meghan Markle.
Yeah.
Elizabeth told her that there's black in the family. There is, because black folks are sitting on them thrones, and they stole them. Go ahead.
Final conclusion. The Getae, Goths, the Saxons, the Goths, and Saxons, lost tribe of Israel.
Watch this, me.
Would you like me to show you the ancient maps and genealogies that prove this first?
And I said yes. Go ahead.
I can also show you how ancient Hebrew customs, clothing, and laws were practiced by the ancient Saxons and Goths.
I said yes, please. Go ahead.
The theory that the Getae and Saxae were ancestors of the Goths and Saxons has been a topic of historical debate. Some scholars propose that these ancient tribes are interconnected, suggesting that the Getae and Saxae were early forms of the groups later known as Goths and Saxons.
Go ahead.
The Getae and Goths. The Getae were Thracian tribes inhabiting regions south of the lower Danube in present-day northern Bulgaria and southern Romania.
That's who we were. Go ahead.
Some historical accounts, such as those by Jordanes, a 6th century Gothic historian, equate the Getae with the Goths, implying a shared lineage or cultural connection.
Go down.
Saxae and Saxons. The Saxae were a group of nomadic tribes, often identified with the Scythians, who lived in the Eurasian steppe. Some theories suggest that as the Saxae migrated westward, they became known as the Saxons. This idea is partly based on linguistic similarities.
Language, go ahead.
Between Saxae and Saxon.
Saxon.
Robert's assessment. The author Robert G. Webb, in his book, The Origin of the English Nation, 1919, explores these connections. While his work presents an interesting perspective, it's important to note that mainstream historical scholarship does not widely accept the direct lineage between the Getae, Saxae, and the Goths Saxons.
Yeah, unless you dig, like I did. Go ahead.
The evidence is largely circumstantial and based on linguistic similarities rather than concrete archaeological or genetic proof.
Go ahead.
Conclusion. While the hypothesis that the Getae and Saxae were precursors to the Goths and Saxons is intriguing, it remains speculative. Current historical and archaeological evidence does not definitively support this theory.
But it does. We showed them earlier. Go down. Is there more? That's it? All right. So, all praise to the Most High. I think I'm going to stop right there. Leave it alone. Give me Isaiah 65 and 15. Just to go into these names. Gata, Getha, Berbers. It's all the same. Isaiah 65 and 15.
The book of Isaiah, chapter 65 and verse 15. And ye shall leave your name for a curse.
You shall what?
And ye shall leave your name for a curse.
What the Lord told Jacob. You change your name from Jacob as long as Jacob is Israel. So the same thing happened to us. We left our name too. What the Lord we named Jacob, but we fell under the curses and our name was changed. Go ahead.
And ye shall leave your name for a curse unto my chosen. For the Lord God shall slay thee and call his servants by another name.
Wow. The Lord shall slay you and call your servants by another name. Saxons, Geta, same thing. Another name. That it?
Yes, sir.
Now, what you got there? What you guys got there? And right there. What you got here? Lower it up. What's this here? Oh, so this the okay. Read that.
Racist image in Coburg divides small German town.
So this is a racist image in the Coburg. Remember that name that Elizabeth II claimed to have. Saxon Coburg. Read that.
Tensions are running high in a debate over the coats of arms in the northern Bavarian town of Coburg. Two women in faraway Berlin have launched a campaign saying it's a racist image with no place in today's world.
So what is this image here? Look at the, also a black man with armor on in Coburg, Bavaria. Well, why is that? This is 2020. Let's go down. Let's see what this guy is. Read.
It's a sunny day in Coburg's central market square as they study in harmony and order. The long sides of the square boast a prettily.
They said that this thing doesn't belong. Go back to the top again. I'm sorry. This does not belong in today's world. An image of a black man, coat of arms, does not belong in today's world. But where's it belong? In chains? Read on. Let's go down. Read that.
It's a sunny day in Coburg's central market square as they study in harmony and order. The long sides of the square boast a prettily restored facades of
townhouses.
One of the shorter ends features the town hall with its stately facade. To round off the scene, the tranquil sound of fountains splashing can be heard from around the paved square.
Okay, got little water fountains rolling around. Go ahead. Okay.
A beautiful summer's day indeed, but something is amiss. Bitter controversy over Coburg's coats of arms has divided opinion in the quaint...
Coburg. Remember that name. Coburg's. Go back to the book, please. The Elizabeth II. Coburg's coat of arms has divided opinion in the quaint town. The coat of arms of the Coburg family. Go up. Up. Right there. Read that. Wait. Read that right there.
The Saxon Coburg Gotha dynasty.
The Saxon Coburg Gotha dynasty. Go ahead.
Queen Elizabeth II's original family name.
The original family name of that line is the Saxon Coburg Gotha dynasty. So you have a Coburg family coat of arms in that area. Go back to the article again. Which changed that to Israelite heritage. They got a black man coat of arms under the Coburg family. Go down, read on.
Critics are arguing that the crest includes a racist depiction.
So the crest of a Negro in armor is a racist depiction of the Coburg family. Go ahead.
St. Maurice, also known as the Coburg Moor.
Whoa! St. Maurice was known as the Coburg Moor. Look at that. Go ahead.
Is a black man with attributes clearly viewed by the creator as stereotypical for the people of black Africa.
Thick lips,
a slight underbite, and frizzy hair.
Woolly hair.
As well as a large Creole earring.
A large Creole earring. Go ahead.
The image can be seen throughout the town.
Oh, man, look at that. Go ahead.
Featured on facades, signs, and every couple of meters on the top of manhole covers.
Look at that.
Damn.
Look at that. They can't say as a white dude. Go ahead. Got this racist image in Coburg. Coat of arms. What? It says what? Read that. The Omni what?
The omnipresent Moor's head adorns the gate to Coburg's town hall.
Why is there a black man's head on the gate of a town hall in Coburg? Because that is the family. That's the family face of that. That's the face of that family. Let's go down.
Racist stereotype. It is a discriminatory illustration and a throwback to the colonial era, says Julian Ruther.
How is it racist having a black man's face there? Go ahead.
And Alicia Archie. Both live in Berlin, but are originally from the upper Franconia region of Bavaria, where Coburg is located. The two women started an online petition calling for the coats of arms to be redesigned.
They want it removed. They want it to turn to a white man's face.
Whitewash.
Oh, they're trying to be signal. Oh, it's racism. No, it's not. Those faces belong there because that's who ruled. That's who the land belongs to. Those gates was where black folks was living, and they put their family faces on the gates. That's what that is. Go ahead, go down to but the assessment.
But that assessment leaves many in Coburg shaking their heads in disbelief.
They're like, why? Go ahead.
One local woman asked if Ruther and Archie just have a little bit too much time on their hands up in Berlin.
White people saying, "What you guys are too idle. These things belong here." White people understand that black folks rule that area. They say, "You guys want these things down? Why? They belong there. That's who had these land in the first place. That's who ruled here. Why you want them removed for?" Read on, I was going to say it. Hopefully, I ain't read it yet. Go ahead.
Another resident said, the Moor is part of what Coburg is all about.
Oh, my God. Go ahead.
And that is the way that it should stay.
That belongs there. Because the Kohlberg family, that's black people. Go ahead.
Down at the mayor's office, the tone is similarly undiplomatic, with the whole debate dismissed
as pointless. Leave the black people images there. This was theirs anyway. We here now. So what? Big deal. Go ahead.
After all, how can anybody speak of Kohlberg as racist, given that the patron saint of the town, a figure of veneration, is black?
So they got a black man, they reverence out there. They reverence, why? Because we don't listen. America's a bubble. We've been to these areas. We've seen it with our eyes. They said, listen, what's the point? We're moving for what? We reverence the black saint over there because we rule that area. We rule Bavaria. And our families, our crest is all put there. This is black made. This is black. Black folks put this here. We rule these areas. Look at that. That's in the ground. Is there more? There's a German town. We remember so earlier. We migrated into Germany. Is that it?
It says honor and discrimination.
Go down to where it says, this is why Habel believes.
This is why Habel believes that the more...
No, read, he had also dug deeply.
Where you at?
Right there.
He had also dug deeply into the background of the Moor and is convinced that the figure symbolizes Saint Maurice, a black African Christian legionary who was executed for his commitment to his faith.
He wouldn't kill his own people. That was Christian. Go ahead.
This is why Habel believes that the Moor in Kohlberg's crest is absolutely inoffensive because of the esteem and high regard that it expresses for the saint.
Then it has on the bottom, Afro-German politicians are pushing for change, whatever that is. That's Negroes in Germany. So the point is that we rule these areas, and we left behind our images. You see right there, that's some also. But the white folks always say, it's St. Maurice. I doubt that's St. Maurice. That's probably more than likely not St. Maurice, but some other black man.
That's the Habsburg family crest.
Right? That's the Habsburg family crest. Go back. That's the Habsburg family crest right there, the two eagles. That's our crest as well.
That was a royal family that ruled Germany.
Black folks that ruled Germany. Habsburg, we ruled Germany. So we're going to go into all of that, Lord's will, in time. We're slowly leading into that, images and so forth. Like I said before, y'all, Lord's will, life lasts. I'm going to open the vault. Because when Putin opened the vault, that vault was tiny. We got a freaking museum. IUIC got a museum full of things for y'all to see. So y'all ain't seen nothing. Putin showed y'all a piece of what we have. All right, so
the Habsburgs also had kings in other countries too, like Spain.
Portugal, yep. And that's our family. That was us ruling these areas. So y'all stay tuned. We got more for y'all. I'm gonna end it on that because I don't want to get too much. I'm gonna just fall back. All right, so all praise to the Most High. Shalom. Hope you guys enjoyed the lesson. Most High, we went a little over, but all praise to the Most High anyway. Shalom, Most High, Christ bless.
All right, Israel, give it up. All praises. We'll run through these announcements really quick. Israel, make sure you subscribe to Our Hidden History on YouTube, all right? Hit the notification button so you know when we go live. Subscribe to our Philly channels also, IUIC Philadelphia and IUIC Philadelphia in the Classroom to get the latest content from IUIC, from the deacon and captains of IUIC Philadelphia. You can donate to Our Hidden History on PayPal too. IUIC.Philadelphia@IsraelUnite.org. In the comment section, put OHH. Donate to the Booster Club. You can donate to the Booster Club on PayPal too. IUIC.fundraising@IsraelUnite.org. Last but not least, subscribe to IUIC TV to get exclusive content from the leadership of IUIC. Next. All right. Missing persons.
That was a lot. He reading fast. You can relax, man. You can relax.
They got a message for me.
Oh, man. All right, I'll go fast.
Adi Johnson, age 13, African-American, hair color brown, eye color, did it again. Oh, wait, it is right. Hair color brown, eye color brown. Height 5'4", 145 pounds. She was last seen June 21st. She was last seen wearing a multicolored shirt and black leggings. All right, so if you do know of her whereabouts, let it be known. Next. Land Fund. Donate to the Land Fund on PayPal too. IUIC.nationhood@IsraelUnite.org. In the comment section, put land. Next. And Shalom, we're seeking your assistance to enhance our national broadcast. Kindly spare a minute to provide feedback by answering 5 brief questions. So pull out your phone, hit that QR code. All right, that's it, Deacon.
All praise to the Most High. So those will see y'all again. Hope you guys enjoyed the lesson. We got more for y'all, some more stuff for y'all. So stay tuned for that. Shalom. Most High and Christ bless. See y'all again. Lord's will.
Shalom.